What's up? What's up? It's the Arthur Moats Experience with Deke. I'm Arthur Moats, and that's my main man, Deke.
What's good, bro?
Man, everything's good, Deke. We had football back on this weekend. We had Steelers football this weekend. We had Olympics this weekend. We had training camp this weekend. I'm trying to think if I forget anything else. It was just a vibe. We had good weather this weekend. I mean, like, bro, it's across the board. It was a fire time, man. So life's good, man. No complaints over here, bro.
Good. Yeah, same.
It's just across the board. It's a great weekend, man. And then you ever mix up your weekend day and you think it's Sunday when it's actually Saturday, and you kind of get that like bonus feel midway through? I was going through that because in my mind, Saturday was Sunday.
Because we had the game Friday night.
It just threw me all the way off. I was like, oh yeah, we played on Saturday, so it's Sunday. So I was thinking the whole time that yesterday was Monday. And then when I finally realized that, oh, yesterday was just going to be Sunday, it hit me like, late in the day. I felt pretty good about it, though. It was like a little bonus on the end of it. So it's across the board, man. Just check. Just vibed out, bro. Vibed out, man.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah. But how was your weekend, though, man?
Good. Yeah. Got to spend time with friends and family.
Yeah.
That's what a lot of my weekends have been like recently, which is good.
Uh-oh.
Golf.
Do you become more of an inside guy? More of a chill with fam and stay in the crib? You ain't getting outside no more?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't. You call it what you want. I have no clue. Golfing and spending time with friends. Yeah, I don't know. I think I've always been kind of a low key guy though. I watched the Steelers game Friday night. Watched the Olympics gold medal game.
Shout out. Which one?
Saturday.
The men's or the women? Okay.
Men's
was Saturday. Okay.
Yeah, Saturday, 3:30.
That
was
a little
good.
heavier then, right?
What?
Pockets are a little heavier then, correct?
Just a little bit.
Come on, man.
Just a little bit. I think $50 more.
Listen, when y'all see Big Deke walk around with that crazy, just know Team USA did what they were supposed to do. Both men's and women's. Shout out.
Yeah, $50 more, but then I lost 30 of that immediately because I was like, I got some extra change here. Let me put something down on the Pirates tonight.
Oh, see,
Skeens is pitching.
That's where you went wrong. I get it.
Well, Skeens was pitching. I'm like, you know what? I can bet on him. But
sure.
I don't know. Maybe teams are finding him out.
Maybe
we got a Zach Duke situation on our hands.
Don't you do that. Do not do that, bro. It's all right. He's going to be fine.
But anyway, yeah, we ended up losing. Team sucks. Back to the old Pirates.
But I say lost in extra innings yesterday, man. We caught the end of that one.
Yeah. That's basically what the weekend was. We got some Steelers football back. Unfortunate loss, but it's preseason. Maybe it's better for us to get the loss because we've won too many preseason games recently, and we see how our regular seasons have gone when we're going undefeated in preseason sessions.
Yeah.
So Steeler football, Olympic golds. I got the golf, and Pirates are back to the old Pirates. I think that's how the weekend went for me.
Respect. I could dig.
And then we got Madden today. Madden's back.
Oh, you know what?
People that got the early access.
Good call. I see
think
people say
right
that.
now.
Yeah,
I
Juice
think people
Bellamy
can play right now.
Yeah, Juice Bellamy just said I'm on that Madden and I'm watching. So yeah, good call. Because I was like, yo, is it dropping today? But
No, I don't think it technically drops till Friday.
Yeah, this the early, kind of like what we talked about with college football. Yep.
And then like the real early release is tomorrow. But if you have like the extra EA Play,
then you get the super early download.
You get like 8 or 10 hours before the 3 days early.
Yeah.
So I could play whenever I get back home.
Because you copped yours through the college football, correct?
I did, and then I have the EA Play subscription too.
Respect.
Where it'll give me the extra 8 to 10 hours. I think the other benefits you get from that EA Play is like at the end of a game season, like typically you could start playing it for free. Like I saw on PS5, I think NHL 24, like a couple months ago, I could have just randomly played for free. So, hey, I guess there's some bonuses too. I think only have it because I can play Madden 8 hours early. I don't think it's worth it. I think it's $40 a year, so that's probably not worth it at all. I'm probably getting screwed in the deal. But
well, I mean, at the time, probably not, because at the time,
you get discounts. You get discounts on packs too.
Oh, okay, well there you go.
That probably adds up a little bit.
Yeah, because I'm sure when you first set this
I'm trying
up,
not to buy packs
way
at all.
more.
That's true.
Yeah,
that is true.
And now you're in this like transitional phase, so I don't think it's a waste. I think you just figuring out what's the next like direction going to be. Are you going to get back on the sticks heavy, or are you more of the casual gamer? Nothing wrong with either one, but I think you in that in between of gamer versus casual gamer.
Maybe I got to drop the EA play because I don't really need the 8 hours early.
Mm-hmm.
And then the packs. I don't think I'm trying to open any packs this year at all.
Now, I know
Point
you
blank
said
period.
that before. I mean, that's gonna make it a lot more difficult on you, though, right?
Maybe I'm up for the challenge.
Hey, man, I believe in your skills. That's what I do now.
Yeah, we'll see. That was the weekend.
I like it,
and
man.
I guess that's what we got to look forward to this week. Madden's dropping, and then we got our next preseason game on Saturday.
Shout out another preseason
Rivalry
opportunity.
game.
Dude, don't do that. It's not a rivalry game. We're just gonna have another opportunity to get better in the stadium.
Rivalry
Not
practice
a rivalry
on
game.
what is it? Wednesday or Thursday?
It's Thursday, but it's not a
Joint
rivalry.
practice?
It's not a rivalry. It is just a nice, friendly exhibition between two very familiar opponents who are working together to have successful seasons. Okay, so we're not going to start that just yet. All right, can we just wait till later in the week, man? Jeez, dude, it's nuts, man. We rack into this Texans matchup first before we start turning the page to that other matchup, you know? But it should be good either way, though, man. But I did want to shout out all the Olympians, though. Shout out to Team USA, men's, women's, any of the Olympians that were out there, man. We obviously 40 gold medals, and we, trashed the rest of the world, man, in terms of our medal count. We did what we were supposed to do, winning the Olympics. And shout out, though, to the competition, though, man. Both
Tied with China for the most goals,
most
right?
goals,
I'm seeing
specifically
some
goals.
betting books are struggling on how to
Yeah, they don't know what to do.
give the result there.
Yeah, it's like, oh, you just want gold only?
Some of
Then
them gave
and
us the
China
tiebreaker
tied
because of the
with
silvers.
40, but then we dominated silver, dominated bronze, and our overall total medal count, no one's even close to us. So just depends on how you want to spit it, but either way, looks like, once again, the USA holds the throne. Best athletes, baby, in the world, Craig. The world. So, yeah. And shout out to, I don't know if you caught this in the midst of everything that was going on, but LeBron James did get MVP of the Olympics as well for the basketball. So, oh, my God, I'm just like, yo, the old man keeps getting it done. Shout out to Steph. Shout out to KD. Shout out to D-Book.
Who were the other guys in the running? It's probably just him and KD, right?
Realistically, him, KD, Steph became in the running because of just his last two games.
Yeah, the last two were unreal.
Right. So that was more of the, if you wanted to go like the recency and just the flame of like, oh, the moment, that's where you start seeing the stuff come out. But realistically, KD, Bron were probably the most consistent players throughout it. But shout out to D-Book, though, man. D-Book can't even put the numbers up, but he was another one of the ones where I'm just like,
He was pretty steady.
Respect to his game, bro. Like, he grew on me a little bit. I'm not a fan of D-Book all the way, but I like him now, bro. I was like, shout out to him. But them boys was hooping, though, man. But I like the fact that around the world, everybody's getting nicer, making these games more competitive, man. So that was definitely a vibe, bro. Definitely a vibe. But I'm trying to think, man. I'm ready to get in this game. I know we're going to have plenty to talk about with this thing. Do you have any deep thoughts on the front end of this thing before we get into it?
I guess it's sports related.
Okay. Ain't nothing wrong with sports-related deep thoughts, baby.
Watch
Come on,
some
man.
of the preseason highlights from around the league. Watch some of the rookie quarterbacks.
Thoughts?
Caleb Williams is going to be amazing.
Okay.
Jaden Daniels, I think, is going to have a good rookie season.
Okay.
Drake May is in trouble. Not necessarily
Okay.
because of Drake May, but I think his situation is not optimal.
Yeah.
Penix, he looks ready right now, but might do him good to sit a year or two behind Cousins. But, yeah,
Okay.
Penix looks ready. Bo Nix might be a sleeper in all this.
Okay.
Might fit Sean Payton's system to a T. J.J. McCarthy, I think he'll be mid-season starter for the Vikings.
Mid-season, okay.
I don't think he's exactly ready right now, but I
Okay.
think mid-season, watch out.
Okay.
And then
did you see around
there's
the
one
dudes,
name.
though?
I think. Wait, is there one name I'm missing here?
You said Drake. You said Caleb.
No,
you said
yeah,
Jaden.
I think I got them all.
Yeah.
Right? That's all the rookies?
You got Bo. You got JJ. That's the 5 that went in the furry. Who are we
There's
forgetting?
6. Yeah. Am I missing someone?
Penix. You already said Penix.
I said Penix?
Yeah.
All right.
So that was
yeah.
6, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but I felt like you named all of them. All right, so what did you like? What didn't you like, man? In terms of why you feel what you felt about them dudes, man.
Just throw on the Caleb Williams highlights and how he throws the ball.
Oh, okay.
Jaden Daniels, it looks like they're going to utilize him and read options. Threw a nice ball down the sideline. I think they only had him in for one series. Penix, yeah, good arm. Looked like what he did in Washington.
Okay.
J.J. McCarthy had the pick. But I did like some of the arm talent on display. He was throwing the ball down the field a little bit more than was showcased at Michigan.
Okay.
Drake May, I just think the Patriots are going to be a disaster, and he didn't look exactly comfortable in his couple series up there. And then what other name?
Bo
Nix. Bo Nix looked very comfortable, and some of the misses he had were actually receiver's fault too, or it was either receiver's fault, like kind of drops, or he put the ball only where the receiver could catch it. And it was like a good play on the defense.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought he looked pretty comfortable.
I like it. Oh.
And with the competition being between Zach Wilson, Nix, and Stidham, I think Bo's going to start week 1.
Okay.
He looks like a Sean Payton guy.
Okay. I was going to say the quarterbacks that we did forget, they did drop in the chat. Joe Milton. He was up in New England. He had a little moment. He had a little moment.
I know it was against probably the second and third stringers, but he looked all right.
He had a little moment out there.
I'm not gonna jump the gun and say he's better than Drake May right now, but I will say watch out. It's not like something like this hasn't happened before with your guy, actually, with Cousins and RG3 down in Washington.
Yeah, come on, man. Hey, stranger things have happened, all right?
But
Joe had that little play. I was like, all right now, Joe. When you start doing that type of stuff and it works out, people get excited about that, all right? So, yeah, shout out to Joe Milton, man. I think somebody brought up Spencer Rattler also. I'm not sure if
I didn't watch
I'm about to say, if you caught a Spencer Rattler appearance anywhere. But all right.
How do you look?
I did not watch Spencer Rattler. The quarterbacks I watched this weekend, obviously all of ours. Checked out Trubisky up in Buffalo. Checked out Caleb Williams, obviously, because that was Bills Bears. Actually watched Jaden Daniels, and then who else did I just watch? Oh, it was Tyrod, because I didn't catch the Jets game initially, so I was trying to see who went out there and stuff like that, but it was my dog Tyrod. So I was like, all right, nothing to see here. That's just the homie. Know what he's going to do. But I thought Caleb did some good stuff, man. At the same time, I always look at it like I'm always trying to see what's the mindset from both coordinators when we're out in these games, too, to just see, like, are you challenging in terms of if you're Chicago? Are you going to put Caleb in positions where he's, forced to kind of do some stuff? Or is it more vanilla? And then defensively, are you giving us, exotic coverage, or is it everything just cover 3, or cover 4? I thought for Caleb, man, I thought he did a good job in terms of going through his reads. I thought he had one throw where it was like, should have been a pick 6. But, hey, dude ain't catch it, so you live with that. I do like the fact, though, that what Chicago was doing with him was utilizing him in terms of play action and boots, allowing him to have those run-pass options. And I think that really, slows it down for him, because you've already seen it and you talked about it yourself. His arm, the way that he's still able to throw on the move and the different angles, that still shows up in the NFL stadium. That didn't change, man. But I think it's going to be interesting with him, man, because, like I said, that was their second preseason game, very similar to what we saw in Houston being their second preseason game. So seeing that, all right, a little bit more comfortable utilizing him this way, but that was also his first game out there. But I liked it, though, man. Shout out to Caleb. And then with Jaden Daniels, I like what I saw with him, man, especially the deep ball to the right side, man. I thought he had a nice zip on it, threw it with confidence. I want to say his second throw in the game, if I remember correctly, but he ripped that thing and it looked good. Nice right in the front pocket with the defender kind of draped on the receiver and everything. And then obviously we know what he is able to do, red zone, the zone read part. I was low-key surprised that they actually showed that in the preseason, though, because I did notice where Chicago and Buffalo, both times where they were in the red zones, it was super vanilla from both teams. You didn't see any quarterback mobility, nothing. It was just snap, we're either throwing fades, slants, or it's a run play. So to see them actually put on tape that they will utilize Jaden Daniels with some of that zone read, I like it. But I was just a little bit surprised they put it out there that soon.
And they should. Actually, I don't even know why I should be surprised. They have Kingsbury as their offensive coordinator.
You're right. He is over there now.
I think Jaden Daniels, with him having Kingsbury, I think he's going to have a pretty decent year. They have Eckler over there, McLaurin.
Yeah. They got Brian Robinson Jr. as the
Who do they got
back
as their second and third receivers?
Curtis Samuel's gone now. He's up in Buffalo.
They got one of those Penn State receivers down there. Is it Dotson?
Yeah. I want to say it's him.
I feel like I'm missing one more player.
You might be.
Like they have
a
not terrible top 3.
It's a little straight trio down there. Yeah.
Dotson, Luke. I guess Luke McCaffrey's their third.
Shout out to Luke.
Damn, they got Zach Ertz in there. Veteran tight end there to help the rookie quarterback. That's a staple. What
does he have left? He still got something in there, right?
Who?
Ertz. He still got something in the tank?
No, it's just you have him there. I like a guy that can help out the rookie quarterback, little safety valve.
I know how you was moving the needle with that.
No,
one,
it's
man.
like he's gonna get him 400 yards.
He's just a calming presence in his ear.
Exactly.
That's what he needs.
Yeah.
Calming presence in the ear, man.
Damn. Okay, the receiving core is not as good as I thought. They got a Jamison Crowder, Diami Brown.
Terry McLaurin is their guy. And
him
then
and Jahan Dotson.
Yeah. Dotson's more of the. What did Dotson do last year, actually?
Nothing.
Yeah, I was like.
No, sorry. They showed us preseason stats. He had 13 yards in the preseason. I thought that was his last season. 500 yards last 2 seasons.
Yeah, that's what I was like. That was like midway. Okay. So we'll see what though. That might be why Brandon Aiyuk said he wanted to go to Washington. He was like, "Yo, I could take that. We can be nice here."
Yeah.
Okay. And unfortunately, we did see where I guess him and the Niners are starting to talk again.
I'm not buying it.
Ooh.
These are Niners reports trying to have the Steelers up their offer.
Okay.
I'm not buying it.
Because I did see they said they started with a fresh slate. I was like, how do you start with a fresh slate at this stage? We know what the numbers are. So we could, act like we don't know each other. Hey, I'm Arthur. Hey, I'm Deke. Hey, I want $30 million. Hey, I don't want to pay you $30 million. Well, now we're back where we started at. So I don't know how any of that is going to change per se, but I did see that. I ain't know how you felt about that, man.
Yeah, I think it's just the Niners leaking information.
Yeah,
and for the most part, I think it's false information because Aiyuk hasn't been happy with some of these leaks. I don't know if you saw. It was probably 3-4 days ago. He responded to some of the information being thrown out there.
I missed this, man.
He's like, enough with the BS. Like, Niners, you only got 2 options. Like, let's put up or shut up.
Oh, I missed that.
Yeah.
I missed that. Yeah. That might have been while I was I guess I was processing Juju getting released over this weekend too. I think that's what I might have missed the signal. You know what I mean? Because Juju got released, and then I was like, okay, his name popped up. We bring him back. Are we interested in bringing him in here? So Aiyuk is not happy. Aiyuk is still on the out from where you perceived it, right?
Yeah, I'm not buying it.
All right. Because like I said, I missed that. I didn't get that part.
I think he's a Steeler.
Okay. I like it then, man.
I did hear in the last day or two that we have reportedly upped our offer. Whatever that means, I don't know.
Maybe it was 26, now it's 26.5.
I don't think it's the number for Aiyuk. I think it's the trade package to the Niners.
Oh, respect. Yeah, because if the Niners know that he wants to come here and they want to play hardball, they're going to be like, hey, man, you just want to offer a third? No, we want a second. Now what? Oh, you want to offer a second? All right, we want a second and a player then. Now what? So I can see that. Yeah. Okay.
Apparently, we're not willing to give up a player in the deal.
Yeah. What was your thoughts, man? We did start to see some of those
which I don't like. I actually don't like that.
Where they're saying George Pickens is included in the trade package. You got to give up.
Yeah,
GP.
We're not trading Pickens or Freiermuth, but if you're talking about a guy like Calvin Austin or Dan Moore, if that's the breaking point in this trade, and we end up not trading for Aiyuk because of our refusal to add Dan Moore or Calvin Austin, or just not add a player at all, I would be pretty pissed off. I'm not gonna front.
But just that, so the off-limit players for you are Muth and GP, correct?
Yeah.
Anybody else, though, if they were saying maybe they wanted Jaylen Warren a part of this equation, how would you feel about that?
Luckily, they don't.
This is true.
They want McCaffrey, or they already got McCaffrey.
They have McCaffrey.
That would be tough.
Because I get the GP, I get the move, but I'm like, if they say they want a quality player, they want something back. It's like, yo,
I don't think I could do that.
Who's the next one?
I truly don't think I could do that.
But I think he'll be the next one up, though. If we're saying like what's appealing from another team, and if you're the Niners,
I don't know why you brought him up.
Well,
now you're giving the Niners an idea.
I'm sorry, man. I'm trying to make it make sense, bro. Jaylen, you know I let you, bro. Don't need play, all right? I don't want you traded. We're just hypothetically talking this thing out, all right? Just hypothetically talking it out.
I don't think I could do that.
That's it. Okay.
I don't think I could do Jaylen Warren.
See, that's why because I'm like, who are we saying are off limits? Because if they said Najee, which I don't ever anticipate them saying, we wouldn't have that opinion. I think that we'll be okay with that.
I'd be more open to it. I don't think I'd do it either, though.
Okay.
Because you're not only giving up the player, but you're giving up draft picks, and then you're paying the Aiyuk $30 million.
So as a whole, you don't like everything else.
It's
but
just
the
a lot. Whereas I think
whole,
Najee and Jaylen Warren, even without Aiyuk being here, is going to be pretty impactful in this offense.
Okay. Because my thing is, if you're giving a Najee, then you're probably not having to give up as much from a draft capital standpoint, but you're giving up a higher up player than a Dan Moore or a Calvin Austin is what I'm implying. Because if is the sticking point of the package, then we can't keep seeing Dan and Calvin without upping either draft picks, or we got to up a player so we don't have to up that draft pick.
Yeah.
They don't want anything
I'd
on
be
defense.
more open to Najee than Jalen Moore. I'll put it to you that way.
I think I would be as well.
Man, that'd be tough.
Yeah. But Najee doesn't
unless
fit
they're
what
really
they're
liking
doing,
this Georgia dude. This Edwards.
Yeah, he looked good, though, man.
He
did.
What
Look like.
He could be the new duo with Jalen Moore.
Yeah.
We do talk about how running backs are so plug and play and how expendable they are.
You preach it. You preach it, man. This would be a prime example of it.
If it's Najee and a third-round pick,
yeah,
that's tough not to do. I'm not going to front.
What if it was Jalen a third-round pick?
Jalen?
Yeah, if it was one
I
in the
couldn't
third.
do it. I'm a big Jalen Moore guy, man. Like,
you seen what 22 look like?
I think he's a big part of this team.
Did you see that first screen pass Najee caught, bro?
That was nice.
Come on, bro. New and improved. See a little lighter out there, man. See a little. You know.
Yeah, he looked good.
Come on, bro.
I like that duo. I like that tandem.
Okay.
I don't think the Niners are looking for either of those guys, though. Luckily.
I would agree. I think they Calvin, GP. I think GP is target number one, and then when they realize he's not in the combo, then it's Calvin and Muth. But I just think
not doing Muth either.
I think it's one way or the other. It's like you're either gonna go Muth in a later pick, or you're going Calvin in a higher pick, or Dan in a higher pick.
Yeah, I'm not giving up Muth or Pickens. There's no way.
Yeah. But I'm like, I don't want to trade Calvin, though. I like what he brings, but at the same time, it's like I get what we're trying to accomplish, and I understand that if you're the Niners, you're not trying to just send Aiyuk over here and just get a pick back. You're like, bro, I want a player because
I think Calvin makes the most sense.
I would agree
because it's receiver for receiver.
But
and if we get Aiyuk here, all of a sudden, Calvin's definitely wide receiver 4, wide receiver 5 at best.
But Calvin still has a unique skill set in terms of the speed element of it. And I don't think that he is as polished as a route runner as Aiyuk. I think that he would kind of fall into that in-between kind of Debo-ish out in San Fran, but not Debo. So I actually don't know how he fits completely because them having Debo as that gadget guy already there, so to speak. And because he's not a true just line him up on the outside and let him run routes all day, I don't know how appealing that would be when you're giving up a Aiyuk. So that's why I'm like, I could see them bringing up the move, and they're saying, well, hey, y'all ain't paid him yet, so y'all clearly aren't that committed all the way. Because if we loved him to that extent, we'd already signed into a deal. But we haven't, so clearly we're waiting to see something from him. So maybe the Niners look at that and they say, we got a chance to bring in another young tight end. We got a George Kittle already here. We got a Juszczyk. This guy's a mix, if we want to use him that way, but he can learn from either one of these guys. And then when it's time to pay him, Kittle's off the books. We're younger at the position. And that's, the whole NFL circle, so to speak.
Dan Moore would make sense, too, actually.
He would.
I hear the Niners need some O-line help.
He would, but I don't know how they view him because you don't view him better than Trent Williams. And Trent's their left tackle out there. And he's only played left tackle in this league. So if they view him as a right, then maybe it's a different convo, but I don't think that they would view Dan Moore as an upgrade over Trent Williams, who is still 99 rated in Madden right now. Shout out to Trent Williams.
I got to give Dan Moore a shout out, too, because I thought he looked pretty good in the preseason game.
I would agree. I thought he did look good. He didn't play much, but I thought he played well when he was out there.
Yeah. He wasn't getting cooked.
Don't do that. We ain't there just yet, Deke. We not there
that
just
left side wasn't
Deke, we are not there just yet, Deke. God, Deke.
No, I brought up Dan Moore. I just wanted to give him a shout out. It's almost like tough luck where, you look good in the preseason game. You look like our best tackle, but you're still trade bait.
Oh, my God. Say, yo, he won't get cooked. All right. So, but I still would trade him. But he won't get cooked, though. Jeez, man. Shout out to my dog. Yeah, that's very true. That's very true. But he played very valiantly.
I think Aiyuk's a Steeler, though.
Yeah.
End of the day, it's getting done.
Okay.
I don't know when.
See, I didn't catch the reports that you caught.
It's going to have to happen before this second preseason game, I think, for CTSPN to be right.
Okay, fair enough. Because I would say I could see it happening now that you give me
said
the
after
update.
the first preseason game.
You give me the
happen.
update about the Aiyuk. Before I had the update, I was like, I thought it was dead in the water,
story.
bro. Yeah.
It's not a response to, I think, the most recent reports you're seeing of
But it's still,
Niners
that was
being
his sentiment, and you saying you saw this over this weekend.
Yeah, because the
That's what I'm
Niners
saying,
have been
yeah.
consistently leaking stuff
Right.
pretty much every day that there's still a possibility that Aiyuk could come back here.
Yeah.
And at some point, Aiyuk caught wind of this stuff and just had enough. But they've still been throwing some stuff out there where I think Schefter went on ESPN today and said, yeah, could still happen.
Yeah.
Could be a reunion with Aiyuk and the Niners. I'm just not buying it. I'm really not. Because everything Aiyuk has said, anytime he has spoken, he doesn't like what the 49ers are doing at all. He's pissed off. Every time. Going back to March where John Lynch is like, yeah, we love Aiyuk. We want him back. We're not trading him. He's posted some on IG saying, like, bullshit talks, money walks. It was something like that.
Yeah, I know you're talking about.
He did his vlog where he was doing FaceTime with Jaden Daniels.
They don't want me.
Every time he has spoken about the situation, he's pretty much saying, I want out.
Yeah.
And what you're getting fed from the media standpoint is a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah. I like it, bro. And shout out to you staying on top of this too, bro. Because like I said, I missed that last weekend nugget. My heart was kind of like, dang, bro. All right, Aiyuk's off the table. What's Juju's knee looking like? Now that I know Aiyuk has legs still, I'm back on the Aiyuk train. So I'm like, yo, let's get the talk going. Let's see what's up. Omar is getting close. Just hold fast. Don't blink. You about to get them. They about to blink, Omar. They doing this. They last little bit of flair. They trying everything right now. Just throw these reports out there. Throw these reports. Omar, you got this locked in, man. Come on. But it's going to be interesting, though. Like I said, I can understand from both sides, though. I can understand why we don't want to include Move, why we don't want to include Calvin. I can definitely understand why, if you're the Niners,
I'm good with Calvin. I'm good with Calvin or Dan Moore. James Daniel, I'm a little shaky on because I've heard his name in the mix.
Has more trade value in my eyes to the Niners than Dan Moore.
I
because
agree.
You can plug him in, he's going to start, and he's going to still be
That's why I don't want to include him.
Very true. I get it.
Because he has more value to us, too, being on the team than Dan Moore right now.
True, but my question to you is, like, nah, I ain't going to do that. We ain't going to do that. We're going to leave that alone.
I'm just banking on Broderick and Falatano.
We're going to leave it alone. We're going to leave it alone.
I'm
not going there. We are staying positive.
I'm banking on those two over. Banking on Mason McCormick or Spencer Anderson stepping in and being a good replacement for James Daniels.
Fair enough. Hey, look, that works. And we still would have a Herbig if you want to bump him at guard. You got options, multiple body types in there. Fair. Yeah. But either way, would they be better than James Daniels in that situation? Probably not. Whereas we feel just a little more optimistic about the tackle spot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. I like it, baby. I like it. I'm staying about the way today, bro. I ain't getting in no trouble today. All right. So
what do you mean?
No, man. Hey, look, man. Don't get me in trouble today, bro. I'm just a guy that is just here. I'm just here to have fun with my dog today, all right? So with that being the case, though, because we do actually got to, I feel like as we talk about this game, this is going to keep coming up, some of these players and stuff like that. So I feel like it's good. We're going to get it all in today, man. All right, we're going to get it all in today. But we're going to find out about this Aiyuk situation, though, man, all right? So shout out to you for the Deke thoughts today, too, man. It's a heck of an intro.
Yeah, I guess I was talking about
it's a heck of an intro,
preseason
bro.
From around the league.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. Hey, I like it.
And it ended up with Aiyuk the Steelers talk.
Technically, that's around the league, but that's how you bring it back home. And now we can start the show like how we always do. So drop it in the comment section where you're tuning in from, so that way we can give you those big boy shout outs to start the day's show. And don't forget to hit that like button one time for the culture and subscribe if you are new to the channel. And no, Noriega, Pete, Rooney, Muth is not overrated. I like Muth, man.
Unless you told me we had a good replacement for him.
He's not overrated.
Him in, but I just don't see a good replacement.
Over him. Keep him here. We love him.
Like, is there anyone out there we could sign or trade for?
See, Mike Carr he says, I think Muth has some good hands. He's just never gotten a chance to show it all the way consistently. But hopefully this is the year, and I agree with you on that, man. Come on, baby.
Raw Dollars 330, Young Son, Ohio. Share a line.
Share a line. Let's get it.
G Honda, Queen City, Charlotte. Leah Warren, the 254.
Killeen, Texas, in the building.
Tito, good vibes. Fort Worth, Texas, the 817.
Shout out, Tito. Always love. You know that, man.
Zoverly, hello from Boston, the 617. Just
Okay.
flew to training camp for the weekend and got back at 2 a.m. this morning.
Let's go. Hope you had a blast as well, man. With some good weather, too, man. So, shout out to you. Jeez. I was butchering that.
Tidal Green checking in from Port Allegheny, PA, the 814.
Let's get it. Let me tap in here real quick, man, because I got the Don Hefe Quan tuning in to 323 Watts, California. Shout out to the homie, also Dante Edwards in Chicago, Illinois. Shout out to Chicago. Then after that, I got to talk about the homie Marcus Cannon in Coropolis, PA, or Coriopolis, however you want to pronounce it, the 15108. And then after that, shout out to the homie EMT Pine in Mesa, Arizona, saying go Steelers. Here we go, Steelers. Here we go. Hassan T, 1989, tapping in from the 420 Mars Milky Way Galaxy. That makes two of us, my brethren. Shout out to you. Okay. And then I'm going to pass it back to the homie Deke after I shout out Steel City Stoner in Charlotte by way of the crib. 757. Salute you, baby. Salute you.
All right, last one I'll say. Lifted ones. Just tuning in from the 916. The Deke fall off needs to be studied.
Whoa.
Still talking about KP8 and is also ducking smoke from TG. Hashtag bring back the old Deke. Hashtag free Penguin Pete.
Free Penguin Pete, man. Definitely free him. He's in somebody's basement right now, bro. Free the homie, man. Deke, bro, you ain't fall off, bro.
He brings up a fair comment. Oh, yeah, I think I have.
You haven't fallen off.
I think I'm washed.
No. I'm washed. You're not. You're in the prime right now, bro.
I think in end of Miami Heat era for Shaq. I'm about to be traded to the Suns. I think.
Shaq. Ew.
Yeah, I think that's where I'm at.
Ew,
I'm not completely Celtic Shaq, but
we turned to the big Aristotle, not that one.
yeah,
God.
like I still might get an All-Star appearance under my belt because I think he did make an All-Star team with the Suns, but
it was
it ain't hitting
though.
the same. Yeah,
it was so stank out there in Phoenix, and it was just downhill after that. Like, bro, stop, please, Shaq, please, God, you're killing me, man, you're killing me. Yeah, shout out to Shaq.
I thought my Kenny takes from over the weekend though were pretty spot on.
What'd you give us, man? How did Kenny play? I didn't even think about that. I know you watched.
I said if Kenny was in for this preseason game right now, I was talking about the Steeler game, he would have 120 yards and 2 touchdowns by the first 2 series. I don't think I was wrong. I even said on my post-game video, I was like, this is what you guys get. You don't want Kenny, we don't get a perfect preseason anymore.
Hold on. Let me pull up Philly real quick, bro. I just need to see what my dog
He threw a touchdown.
I just want to see his numbers, man. I
did all right.
I just want to see, bro. I know you gonna give me the update. I just want to see the numbers. I just want to do like surface level. I figure you'll give us the details on it.
I didn't watch that much. I just saw he threw a touchdown.
Let me see. I gotta pull up preseason. That's right. It's preseason. I'm tripping.
I think you got the win too.
All right. Let's see what Philly. Who did Philly play this weekend? Let's see.
Ravens.
Let's see. Oh, that's right. Yeah, they beat Baltimore. Yeah, I did see that. I mean, I didn't see it, but you know what I mean. All righty. Where is it? There we go. All right, let's see what the homie KP did. Balled out. 14 to 22, 89 yards, averaged 4.0 through the air, 1 tutty, 2 sacks, 87.1 rating. All right. You ain't liking that? For Kenny.
Some higher yards per attempt or per completion would have been better, but hey. Yeah,
smart decision making with the football, though.
Maybe those guys weren't open. He was playing with some bumps.
Hey, man, smart decision making. Threw a touchdown and double-digit completions.
And they won the game.
Absolutely, man. Efficiency. Nothing wrong with that, man. Nothing wrong with that at all.
Yeah, like, I think Trey Lance had a similar outing where I think he had 41 attempts and only had like 150 yards. And like, I don't hear the chat talking shit on Trey Lance like that.
No, because you got to remember, nobody views Trey Lance as a good quarterback in this league right now. You view Kenny as like the potential to be one of those guys. So I just think that's why they look at Kenny with a more stern light. Whereas with Trey Lance, it's just kind of like, hey, bro, just don't kill everybody, all right? Let's see if you could just make it through this game, all right? Whereas with Kenny, it's an expectation. And with the expectation, that's what comes with it. That's all, man.
Yeah, I would have liked to maybe see him uncork a few, but
Respect.
if it wasn't there, it wasn't there.
Hey, that's what I'm saying, bro.
Yeah,
Hey.
don't make reckless passes
I
if you don't need to.
love Kirk Cousins because he typically does that. No matter what the situation is, he is going to make the best decision with the football, even if it is throwing the check down.
That wasn't the best decision.
It was. It wasn't a turnover, was it? It was no interception on his account. It was a great decision. He said, everything is covered. I'm going here. You didn't like that. All I'm saying is, bro, if you could just change your perspective, you'll see why you like Kirk Cousins and why you like Kenny Pickett too, man. Yeah, I mean, it's all in the same good decision making, man.
Here's my whole dilemma with Kenny right now.
Mm-hmm.
I wish I would have got to see him for year 3 here in Pittsburgh, because then I could give you my determination. Because the trajectory he was on, I'm not cool with all the way.
Right.
I liked some of the signs he was giving us, the game-winning drives, the clutchness, taking care of the ball, contributing to winning football.
Yeah.
Winning football games. But, yeah, I mean, that wasn't going to be a sustainable thing for him to be the franchise quarterback here. But he's not going to be able to play year 3 unless Jalen Hurts gets hurt, because obviously he's not here in Pittsburgh anymore, and he's out there with the Eagles. I think that's my big thing. Like if he continued doing what he was doing, then I wouldn't be defending Kenny anymore.
Okay.
It's just that he's early in his career. He's been banged. There's just been a lot of ups and downs, a lot of, I guess, inconsistency with what we've seen from Kenny. But I have seen good things. I would just like a full clean slate for year 3 with a new coordinator and all this stuff for him. But he's not going to get a chance to do that, really. I mean, he's going to have a new coordinator and all that, but he's the backup for Philly. Let's just be real about it.
To start out, more than likely, yes. But stranger things have happened. You've seen,
absolutely.
Man, Mason
it wouldn't
Rudolph,
even be a strange
thing
thing if Jalen Hurts got hurt. It's like a typical
Right.
thing that happens in the league.
Yeah.
Dudes get hurt.
And I'm like, we've seen, even here in Pittsburgh, how we've utilized multiple quarterbacks, multiple seasons, if you think about it, man. It's like, he has a chance. Just stay ready. Positive attitude, man. But they'll see what's up, man. But nah, shout out to Kenny, though, man. Shout out to him. Did he go in with the second or the third unit? Do you know?
I think he started the game.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't see anything from Hurts.
Yeah. So
he probably just started.
Respect. I like it then, man. I like it. All right. Well, let's get this thing rolling, man, with a little bit of a recap reaction to the game, man. I think we got some supers that also came in here as well.
Yeah, Fish Momentum says, Moats, Deke in the chat. How are you guys?
Hey, shout out to you, Fish Momentum. Man, I am well. Can't complain. I'm in here with the homie. You know what I'm saying? I got me a Latrobe Dino's training camp t-shirt on, showing my black and gold. Figure I had to be, just make sure the colors were right today, specifically. Just didn't know what Energy Deke was going to be on today, It's a dangerous week whenever it's preseason, seasons, teams coming into town. People be acting all weird at times, all right? So I just want to let everybody know that I have black and gold on today, okay? Just in case you didn't realize it.
Speaking of quarterbacks getting injured, too, I mean, it just goes to show how bad of a decision Kenny made by wanting to get out of here after we brought in Russ, because he'd be in the same situation as Fields, and I think we'd have more affinity, more inclination to actually have Kenny win out over a Russ.
Because Kenny's homegrown.
Yeah, Kenny, or what's his face? Russ, he got hurt with that calf injury. Kenny would be getting all these QB1 reps.
And they would be praising the heck out of Kenny.
And they would be loving it more because we drafted him in the first round. Like, we intended for him to be the QB1, to be the franchise. And I think, if anything, it would just be like a point in his direction, like his favor, and the Steelers saying, like, hey, look what he's doing with this new coordinator and Russ being around here. Like, Kenny's up for the challenge. He can be the guy. Yeah. Like Steelers, Tomlin, Colin, they'd be loving that.
Yeah.
Whereas like Fields, he's the outside guy. They don't have as much invested in him.
Not as much cachet just yet. Yeah, he's still earning that. He's still, getting familiarity and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's just
Fields is looking good though.
It was a head-scratching decision by Kenny.
We would all agree with that. I mean, we said that at the moment too when it happened. It was like,
I understood why he felt the way he felt, but at the same time, like, you got to read the landscape and still try to make the best decision you can for your career. And I think staying in Pittsburgh would have been the best.
Yeah. No, that's real, man. That's real life. I feel like this is going to be fun too, though, man, because it's like Kenny is that quarterback that we're gonna be attached to as long as he's in the league, bro. We're always gonna check it. Did Kenny play? All right, what it look like, what the numbers are. I'm just, you notice it, and so y'all already know in the chat, man. Every week, whenever that game is played, if Kenny is out, we're gonna look at the numbers. All right, hey, Deke's gonna give us a breakdown, and I'm gonna give you my thoughts. And this is what we're gonna do. All right, shout out to Kenny though, man. He's one of us.
I think it's actually interesting. Like I
That's what I'm saying.
I actually don't buy what the chat's saying right. They're like, enough with the Kenny talk. Enough.
No,
It's almost like the Aiyuk talk. Enough with the Aiyuk talk. Like,
thank you.
All right, talk is cheap. I think deep down,
All right, you want to know?
You're still
you
tuning
talk,
in.
You're peeking.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, nobody wants to feel like they lost the trade. No one feels like they were the short end of the stick. And if Kenny finds a way to produce at a higher level this season or throughout his career than both Russ and Fields, we're going to be feeling some type of way if you're still a fan. You're going to be over here kind of back and forth like, yo, shout out to Kenny, but at the same time, pissed because we don't have the quarterback situation secure just yet.
Yeah.
You know, so I think that's why everybody is still invested in it to a certain
DC
degree.
Junior 3 says, checking in on the X vibes. Yeah.
No. Separate that. I don't like how that. All right, because we don't need to be checking on our exes, okay? But it's okay in a football context.
It's like you're not admitting it. You're like, yeah, I'm over it. But then you're like, you know how you're spending your time. You know where your energy is allocated.
You pull it up her social media. Like, let me see what she was at. Why
divorce vibes?
I can't believe you was over there with that person. Wow. So that's what you doing now? That's what you doing? Oh, okay. I get it, bro. I get it, man. Yeah, this is funny. But shout out, bro. Shout out.
Ivan Victor tuning in from work out of the 828 in Charlotte. Please tell the people that JF2 didn't play poorly. 3 drives wasn't enough to know. Calm down, y'all.
They said he played poorly? All right, I was unplugged, man. What are the reactions? Like, how did you feel about his performance?
Me
man?
personally?
Yeah.
I thought it was fine. I give him like a B. Fumble snaps, no good, but every time he threw the ball, I liked what I saw. There's 2 sacks. Wish he wouldn't have taken them, but also he didn't have the best time there.
Let's say, what would you recommend on them sack plays, man?
I'm trying to think if there was an out on either of them. Man, I don't think there was. I don't know if any of those dudes were open.
Yeah, I seen somebody say, "Oh, he should step up here," and I'm like, I get that, but where is he going per se? And yeah, the other one, I was like, yeah, the pocket was just collapsing on my man.
Yeah, I thought he was fine. I would have liked to see him for another series. Those fumble snaps, though, really hurt him. And I don't know who you want to blame, who you want to put more of the blame on there between Herbig or Fields. Either way, he was a part of it, and that's not good. And it goes back to some of his stuff in Chicago with the ball security and makes you a little bit more uncertain about him. And I think why, after watching this game, I'm like, yeah, I think it's almost a for sure thing that Tomlin's going to go with Russ in week 1.
Okay. I could dig that. I agree though. I thought he played decent, man. No, for him, the fumbles. Yeah, he don't want that on his tape.
Yeah, he's not going to get the benefit of the doubt.
Nah. Well, and I look at it multiple ways because I know a lot of people in the heat of the moment wanted to say it was just Herbig, and I get it. It's like, yo, if you like Fields, you're going to point at Herbig. If you don't like Fields, you're going to say it was Fields' fault. I sided with Charlie Batch because Charlie was the one that has played quarterback for, 15 years in the league? And when the broadcast was happening live and he saw the play happen live, the thing that he said was, yo, as the quarterback, you want to make sure that you're sitting in there underneath that center as he's stepping and kind of ride him a little bit longer for the snap. When he said that, I looked and say, I'm not more qualified than the dude that played 10 plus 15 years at quarterback in the National Football League. So if he's saying that the center QB exchange, he viewed it as Fields needs to sit in there longer, I don't have that much pride or ego to act like I can tell you better than he can. So I sided with him in that capacity. And then I know personally, interacting with Justin Fields, he also shared a similar sentiment where it just seemed like, yo, he's taking more of the accountability on it. All I'm saying is those are the quarterbacks. So
And Batch isn't the only. He's not the only
bro.
quarterback I heard
That
talking
was
about.
my
I think it
thing.
was one of the other analysts that are like
Yeah.
on ESPN. It was it Chase Daniel or Losky?
Okay,
I
it
saw
might have
say
been
that it was
Dan,
like the
yeah.
exact same thing that you just said.
Yeah, so that was my
That it was on
whole
Fields
thing.
to move with the center.
Right, as much as I would love to do the whole, well, it didn't happen when Frazier was in there. Why did it happen with Herbig? It's like
I said that after the game for
you
sure.
did okay.
I definitely said
So
that.
that was my thing. I was just like, bro,
I was actually putting it more on the center.
yeah, if I'm listening to what the guys who have actually made a living doing this, if they're telling me that, yo, quarterback got to sit in there, I just said I'm going to side with them on that. But for me, one way or the other, I did like the fact that he was able to get both of those footballs back. We know the first one kind of cost him, stalled the drive
got
out.
a
He
few
lost
yards on
4.
the one.
The second one, yeah, they picked up like 4 yards. I do agree. I think every time he threw the ball, though, you could see that ball flying off of his, just, you know what I mean? Nice tight sprout and stuff like that. I was a little upset that we didn't challenge that Van Jefferson sideline catch.
I was not happy about
because,
us not challenging that.
dude,
It's
I'm
the preseason.
like, bro,
Come on, bro.
like we might as well go through the mechanics of it.
Tomlin, this ain't helping your rep either.
Bro,
Like,
come
dude,
on, man. I'm like, coach,
it's the damn preseason, and you're in
bruh.
midseason form
If
with these
you don't
challenges.
just throw this thing on flag, like it doesn't matter. Just throw it. Just throw it. Throw it. We was all saying the same thing, and it would have been a completion, bro. But that was one where I'm like, even with that throw, I'm like, would you have wanted it front side? Sure, but that was a testament to Phil's arm strength that even him putting it on the backside, that defender still couldn't get there. And shout out to Van Jefferson, heck of a job completing that catch and getting 2 feet in bounds, man.
He looked good.
Heck yeah.
Technically 2 catches. That would
It
have
should have
been like
been,
30-some yards.
Yeah, which would also bump up Justin Fields' production from a passing standpoint as well.
And that would have continued the series. Maybe you
It
get
would've.
at least 3 points out
Because
of
now
that.
you're in the high red.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, who knows what we do in the goal line scenario with Fields. We could see some
Mhm.
QB sneaks. That's actually one thing. After seeing Jaden Daniels do that QB
His
run
own
play,
read, yeah.
yeah, like
Yes,
if
we can do
if
that.
we're going to rock with Fields,
we're
like
going to,
I
yes.
want to do that.
That's what Fields was doing in Chicago. So that's already in Fields' wheelhouse, whether it was red zone, where he did a lot of it, but also in the middle of the field, you would also see Fields be able to do some of that type of stuff. I mean, that's why he's excited. That's not the only reason, but it's a big part of what he brings to the table in addition to what he can do throwing the football. We know he's not all the way polished throwing it just yet, but we are seeing positive moments. In that game, I thought he had some really positive moments. Going out there to practice yesterday, I thought he backed it up with some more positive moments. So you're seeing what you want to see from the young guy, and he's still, in my eyes, very much no ego, no pride, still soaking up everything that he can while he's out there. And I think that that's still going to be critical for him, because it doesn't matter when that opportunity comes, if it's week 1 or if it's week 4, if it's week 12. You just got to be ready to go. You got to be locked in. You don't have that time to be, going through the whole pity party stuff. We saw how it worked for Mason, and it opened up a door for Mason. Got him an opportunity again. We don't know what feels when that may or may not happen, but I just think for every time I've seen him working, he just looks like, he's not thinking about any of that. He's just making sure that he's going to be his best version of himself, and I think that's important for us, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought he looked okay.
Yeah.
He was going to need, in my opinion, a Kenny-like preseason performance for
You did call that, yeah.
us to have some sort of conversation between him and Russ being QB1, even though deep down I always thought it would be Russ, but just to get the chatter going, and this wasn't the type of performance to do that.
Okay.
To get any serious conversation going.
In your eyes, what could he do Saturday to potentially get it back going?
3 touchdowns. 3 series, 3 touchdowns. And Russ doesn't start. Russ doesn't play at all. Because Tomlin did say that it's still up in the air with Russ. Even though I think 2 days ago, I think Tomlin said, it's almost a foregone conclusion he's going to be starting.
Yeah, Russ was out. He was practicing yesterday, did some of the team. Yeah, like I said, he was part of the rotation, doing some of the team stuff, doing more.
Or maybe Russ
just
does
full
play and he looks bad.
practice
He throws
right now.
a pick or something. Russ throws
Okay.
a pick and Fields goes out, throws 2 touchdowns, 3 touchdowns.
Okay.
Does something crazy. Then, I think that's what needs to happen.
That can help him out. Yeah.
I mean,
respect.
It wouldn't hurt him.
I'm with you. I'm just listening. I'm listening right now. Like, I can see that though, because we're gonna need to knock the credit down and then boost your credit up. I like it. I see it.
Because like I said, I don't think it means nothing that Fields is getting all these QB1 reps and building the chemistry with the first team, whereas Russ has been limited this whole time and feels like continues to be limited, right?
Said, I don't know what his official ruling for practice was yesterday, but I saw him taking part in everything that they had him out there for. 7-on-7 shot. He had some team did their like pseudo 2-minute. It was like a condensed version because they were in shirts and shorts yesterday. We know first day back from their practice from the since the game and stuff like that. So I didn't know if they was gonna be hitting or not. We'll see what the reports are from today. I have not checked those updates just yet to see what was his availability if he came back and practiced with the same manner. But that's the one part where I'm like, I feel like he's closer to getting back all the way out there versus what it was when we were out there a week or two ago.
And that's why I thought it was going to be a sure thing that he'd be playing in this Bills game.
Same. Yeah. I'm leaning. I anticipate
because typically your starter will play in the second preseason game and then
won't play in that third
3.
one.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah. We'll see though, man. We will see. It's interesting though.
I want Fields to make it interesting. I really do.
Me too.
I just think deep down, and I said it last week, I just think Tomlin's going to default to Russ.
Man, you seeking comfort. Stop seeking comfort, man.
I think he is.
Stop seeking comfort. Allow yourself to be hurt. Allow yourself, expose yourself, man. You trying to guard your heart. I want to be this, but I don't think it's going to happen. I think he can, but I don't really believe it though, man. It's all right, bro. You don't want to be sad, bro. Just take that chance, man. Stop fearing love.
No, but Russ is a good answer, though, too. Like, Russ is a fine answer.
Because both of you can't go wrong with either answer. That's
Exactly.
what I'm saying. Both answers are good answers, bro. I promise you they're both good answers, man.
I just feel like there could be a pretty high ceiling with Fields out there.
Respect.
That running ability, the read option stuff.
A lot of people feel like that, man. That's why he's so intrigued. It is so exciting, man.
I just don't know if he's fully ready right now, if he's got it all buttoned up or the details.
Close, though.
Yeah,
I feel like
and
we're
that's
seeing
why
steps. He's
it
getting
doesn't
there.
hurt us
Yeah.
to sit him either and
He's
not
getting
rush
close, man. That's my thing. I just want to see constant improvement, and I feel like we have been seeing that. Every time I've had eyes on him, I feel like, man, I'm seeing a better version each and every day. And that's what you want to do at this level. Just keep just 1%. It don't have to be this crazy drastic jump tomorrow. Just a little bit better, a little bit better. Learn from whatever mistake you made the day before, and let's not repeat that. And I think that those are going to be critical for Justin to close that gap because we know, like I said, he has the talent. All of that's there. That's not going away.
How would you divvy up the percentages right now of this QB competition? Because I think you think it's more open than me. Like, if you had to put a number to it of, like, is Russ at 60% or Fields at 40%?
Why you want to put this on me? That's crazy.
I mean, you're out there a little bit more. You're a little bit more plugged in.
That's crazy.
You played for Coach T.
No, but in all honesty, man, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. But, okay, if it's my just Arthur completely unplugged and I'm just giving you an opinion that has no backing, no anything factual, all right? Nothing. I got it 60-40 Russ.
Oh, wow.
The reason why I say 60-40 is solely because Russ just hasn't consistently been available. I think as soon as we start seeing more of him, it'll bump back up to 70-30.
Russ sits out this Bills game and Fields gives us a Kenny performance.
To me,
does it get to 50?
In my eyes, no. But Coach T, I could see if he wanted to go that route. And that's the thing, because it's like Justin Fields is still a legit option. My mindset is, how many variables do you want to deal with early in the season? You got young offensive linemen. Yep. You're still figuring out this wide receiver situation. You have a new offensive coordinator.
You saw these fumbled snaps.
It's like you got your defense over there, which you feel good about. But it's like, man, early in the season, all right, JPJ, like, are you? I'm confident that that's the guy, but you still want to see that early on. Dante, Jack, you know what I mean? It's like, do you want to just include something else that you might have to worry about? Is this guy going to have a bad turnover, or does he just wake up and have a bad Chicago-like game? And now we're over here
we're
like,
down
oh
20
no,
in the second quarter.
And we're freaking out. And now, if I pull him, it kills his confidence. And now you throw this team in disarray because now we go from Fields, who was supposed to be behind Russ, to now, hey, Russ, come back, which is very different in terms of how they operate. And I just think that you just open it up to a little bit more chaos than what needs to be. Whereas I think as long as Russ is healthy, it's very easy to switch from Russ to Fields. I think it is very difficult to go from Fields to Russ.
Yep.
And that's why I think if I'm Coach Tomlin, I'm thinking of all of that. And I'm saying, am I winning the Super Bowl in September? No. But I can lose my team potentially in September if I start doing this weirdo stuff. Quarterback, not quarterback. Oh, he played well today, so I'm going to throw him out there. And it's like, I just think you got to be cautious with that. And because the quarterback we're talking about is Russ, who league-wide is viewed as just a further along proven guy. Fields is just a ton of excitement because we've seen certain things he's already done in his league, but we still have those questions of, can you consistently deliver what Russ has already proven he can do?
Yeah.
So that's why I still have it 60-40. And if Russ does play this week, and as long as he don't go out there and look god awful, I think it goes back to that 70-30 range. That's just kind of how I view it. But I'm also open to why I keep saying, like, I could see a scenario where Justin Fields comes out there this year because
I was going to say, that,
that's
in my
the
opinion,
only
that
thing.
40% is significant.
Yeah, that's the only thing to me. It's like this first couple of games, that first month of the season, I'm like, that's Russ's legit audition to prove that he can be the guy. He doesn't get to start slow, I don't feel. I think he has to start fast.
Yep. I think it's like the Mitch situation.
Yeah. And I think that will get loud the same way Kenny and his supporters got loud when Mitch wasn't delivering to it. He wasn't playing terrible, but it was just game management, nothing explosive, and we felt flat offensively.
Yep.
Put Kenny in, it felt a spark. We felt a little bit more life. Was it a little bit more chaotic? Sure. But as a whole, we felt more excitement. The team felt more energy. And if that's the scenario in the first couple of games with Russ, and it's like, yo, he don't have a rhythm, the team doesn't have a rhythm. If you're Coach Tommy, you're not about to just drop multiple games playing that part. You know what I mean? Especially when you know Justin Fields has already started and has success in this league as well. It's not like these dudes been sitting on the bench. It's not the Mason situation.
And you got to see him do good in training camp, too.
You see what I mean? So I think that part would allow him. But I feel like for Russ, everything's geared up for him. You have to start fast. You can't come out the gate slow because that will make that Justin Fields noise way louder. But that's just, like I said, how I view it with no insider information. All right. No, nothing. That's where I'm at. All right. Don't get me in trouble.
And I think you're right, too. The people are going to be calling for Fields. Like, they're way more likely to be booing Russ than booing Fields.
Come on, man.
And, yeah, in that situation, if Russ is the starter, they'd be booing Russ and cheering for Fields to get in there.
And then because nobody throughout training camp really saw a ton of Russ. Everything they've seen thus far has been Fields. All the highlight plays have been Fields. Russ makes his plays, but because he hasn't been out there as frequently, there isn't a whole 2 weeks worth of Steelers training camp highlights with Justin Fields where everybody goes crazy over.
All we got with Russ is him showing up to Pirate games and Penguins games in his Steeler gear.
So I think that's a difference of how fans would have grace towards him if he starts slow. I don't think people are just gonna be like, oh, it's Russ, man. That's how he started slow. He ain't have a training camp, man. Give him some slack. No, I think they're gonna be like, bro, you're Russ. The expectation is you should look like Russ every single time. And then you're gonna have the people saying, well, that's why Denver ain't want him. You know, that's why Denver paying him to leave. Because that's what he did right there. We need Justin Fields out there. So you know how I go, baby. You know how I go.
Yep. Fish Momentum says, me and Ambition got a huge announcement. Stay tuned.
Okay. Shout out. I like it. official.
He also says, loved y'all being at training camp.
No,
good times.
Respect. Nah, vibed out, man. Man of the people still. Like I said, Deke was out there signing warehouse, kissing babies, man. It was a good time. Shoot, bro, I had a little, it was some crazy stuff yesterday, bro. We was out there, a cat fell out standing right next to me, man.
What?
Yeah, dude, I guess
Passed
the heat.
out.
Bro, what?
Really?
Man,
it wasn't even a hot day yesterday.
Bro, what?
It was a beautiful day.
We're standing there, we're like vibe. I got a wife and the kids. My man's just looking. He start with that lean. We like, bro, where you going? My man locked up, dropped. We like, yo.
He might have been drunk.
I don't know. He was a younger guy like our age. So I don't, or actually probably in his 20s. Yeah. I was like, bro.
Might have pre-gamed it.
Yeah, it got real interesting. Shout out to the EMTs. Everybody came through. The guy's good. He's safe. He was awake. He woke back up. Yeah, but it was, whoa. We was over here checking pulses. My man holding his head. We over be like, bruh, don't die. Please, whatever you do. We can't have this on our conscience today, all right? So shout out to him. But yeah, it was some events going on out there, bro. I don't even know what made me pop my head when you said that, bro. Shout out to Fish Momentum for that. Shit. Training camp, bro. I was like, yo, I was not expecting to see that. Whole body just Deke right next to the man. Just like, yo. Yeah. Craziness. But shout out to the homie, though.
Fish Momentum says Bills and Steelers. I'll be there.
Let's go.
And it's the first home game.
Let's
I
go.
guess maybe first home game for official.
Oh, I was like,
This will be back-to-back home games.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. I was like, yo, I thought it was over that way. But all right. It's his first home game.
It's got to be.
That's his first home game that he's going to this year. Maybe that's what he specified. I like it, man. Are you going to be down there?
No.
Okay.
No, I won't be at any of the preseason games.
Okay.
Still not sure what my regular season schedule looks like either.
We're going to have to talk about this regular season schedule. That's what's going to have to get talked about. I don't know if I'm at the game on Saturday just yet, bro. Back and forth right now. I don't know just yet.
I thought it'd be a slam dunk. You were down
Don't do
there.
me like that. Don't do me like that. It's preseason, man. Chill, man.
On the field for the game.
Wow, that's crazy.
Hobnobbing it with
The
players. I don't know which players, but
wow, all of my guys.
I don't know which quarterback you're going to first.
Well, both my quarterbacks look pretty good this weekend. All right, shout out to Kyle Allen. Shout out to Mitch Trubisky. All right, both my guys.
Kyle Allen.
Both my guys gave what I wanted. They both gave what I wanted.
He was too helter-skelter.
You're crazy. He gave me peak backup performance right there, man.
I like the comeback effort, but he started pretty bad.
Peak backup
And the
performance.
Pick wasn't good.
The pick was, bro, it's the end of the game. I can either do the Kirk Cousins, throw the safe route, or I can force it in here because this is the aggressive play that if he catches it, we're in position, to tie it up or potentially, do something different.
I'm with you, though.
Yeah.
I liked what I saw from him. Like, if he's your QB3, you can have way worse problems to deal with than that. Like, he's a legit backup in the league.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like,
and if he's our quarterback 3, I'll
man.
take it all day.
Yeah, but that's his game.
And he was throwing the ball on the field, too. I liked some of his throws.
He's a
It's a nice pass to Scotty Miller.
Yeah.
Scotty Miller played good.
Scotty's a pro, man. Scotty
I think
looks
he's making
the part
the team.
always. I'm with you. I'm like, Scotty making some noise. You see Scotty in practice, he still makes plays. And he's fast. Speed kills, man. He understands and he plays with good speed, man. I like him.
Fish Momentum says Southern Tier Part 2 with TG.
Uh-oh.
Question mark. And Chat Fam Live. Question mark.
Ooh. That would be pretty fire. Now, we'd have to figure it out in terms of logistics for the chat fam. Oh, excuse me, I'm burping over here. Not burping, had the hiccups. Jeez. But Southern Tier 2, we do need to make it happen, though. Trust me, official. I told you, when we do it again, you're going to know. You're the first person to know. I don't care what nobody says. I'm hitting you first.
Mike Hood says, shout out to all. Should we pick up Juju on the cheap? He says, I wouldn't hate it.
If the knee is all good, I'm Team Juju. Bring him back. Bring him back. He's had a chance to get some of that half blood in him from elsewhere, so I really, really like him too. So it's like, yeah, man, bring him back, bro. Sometimes you got to just, just slice that blood. Got to cut it. All right, we just cut the blood, make it halfway, and it's just way more potent that way, man. So Juju's back now. I'm down for it. Would you be down for a Juju reunion? No, come on, bro.
You know how I feel on this.
Come on, man. TikTok ain't even cool like that no more. All right, it might be bigger now.
Leave the TikTok era in the TikTok era.
Super Bowl champ, though.
It's history.
Super Bowl champ, though. You can't big winning. And performed.
I'll give him
performed
some credit for that.
Big moments, too, man.
That was, at this point, like 2 years ago.
7 had his Super Bowls. We don't take them away. You can't take Juju's away. Come on, man.
That Patriots season. No, I'm talking about what we've seen from him most recently. The Patriots season was bad for him.
The Patriots are a dumpster fire. It's the Patriots.
I know that. That's part of why he didn't have as good of a season as planned. But
who was his quarterbacks there?
You're right with the knee. He's 27, but he feels like he's 33.
He's a baby. Deke, he's 27.
Can he get separation?
Deke, you ready for this? At 27 years old.
Is he a guy that you can rely on? Is he better than Van Jefferson right now? I don't even think he is.
Deke. He's 27 years old, man. You don't think
the risk ain't worth the reward?
You don't think Juju at 27?
The risk ain't worth the potential noise he can bring.
Did we play him last year, Deke? Did we play him last year, Deke?
Yeah.
What did he look like versus us last year, Deke?
Of course, he looked decent.
Do we still have players?
That's just the laws of physics.
Deke, are there still players in that game?
I don't think he had one good game last year, and all of a sudden he plays us.
Deke, are there players that were in that game for the Pittsburgh Steelers on defense that are still slated to be on this defense and potentially be a part of the rotation? I think that there are still players in that game, bro. That's what I'm saying, bro. It's definitely one on the back end.
That was just some revenge game luck from Juju. That's all that was.
I'm just like, yo,
that's
Juju,
all I'm
bro.
contributing that good game to.
See, I think it's whenever he's in the stadium, bro. There's something about the stadium, bro. It's Juju, man.
the risk ain't worth the reward for me at all. Any potential of him bringing added noise to this team and making things about himself.
And it's a mature. Van Jefferson is a pros pro.
His
bro.
play ain't backing it up.
Listen, Van Jefferson is a pros pro.
I think he's better than probably Juju right now. The way he's running his routes, getting open.
This is my only thing.
And we also got Roman Wilson.
I feel like
I don't need
Jefferson's style is different than Juju. Juju is more of the physical big receiver. Van is give you a little bit more of the speed and, that part of it. So both of them have things that I think they do better than one another. I just think that you're thinking back too long on the Juju and Claypool element. You just got to separate the two. Just think solely the Juju part, not the Juju and Claypool part, and I think you'll be better. I think you'll be happy about it.
Yeah, but still, this ain't Juju's Steelers anymore. This ain't that era anymore. We got new leaders in the locker room.
Guy though, he fits this offense. He fits.
This is Pickens' team, dude.
I'm with you
in terms of receivers.
I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is
Juju would have to fall in line. I don't know if he would.
Why wouldn't he?
I don't know.
He's proven that he can fall in line wherever he's at. He won a Super Bowl somewhere else, man. He had to fall in line there. He wasn't the guy in Kansas City. Yeah, Travis Kelce.
They had Patrick Mahomes though. But it's different when you're going back to the team that you were drafted to and you actually had success. He kind of did become the wide receiver room leader once AB left, and that wasn't necessarily a good thing.
Low key, in a way, I feel like he would still have some leadership. I just feel like Van Jefferson gives you that calming presence to offset feeling like Juju has to be the big dog in the room because of the age and experience.
But that's the other part. I don't even know if Juju's better than some of these receivers after Pickens right now.
I'm listening. Who are you gonna name?
Van Jefferson or Roman Wilson.
Juju.
Even seeing what Scotty Miller was doing out there in the preseason and getting separated. That's what I'm talking. With Juju, I get he could be a physical presence with the blocking and stuff.
If Juju's knee is healthy,
I don't know if he's getting separation.
If Juju's knee is healthy, I'm taking him over both of those guys you named. I just don't know if his knee is healthy. That's my biggest concern right now. We know Roman Wilson is fighting back from an ankle injury.
And we know the Patriots can use all the help they can get at receivers right now. It is a little concerning that they just cut him right now.
But that's why I'm concerned about the knee. We also know he has a money situation, so that could have also played into why the Patriots moved on. Because they was, 3 for 25 up there or something like that? That he had just signed a year ago?
10, 11
yeah,
a year,
it was like a nice deal he got. Yeah. So that's my
Let's just trade for Aiyuk.
Swinging for the fences. I like it. The Aiyuk is a swing for the fence. I think the Juju is it's a single. It works.
It would just be like all these other guys in the receiver room we got, really.
I don't agree, though. I think if Juju is healthy, I think it helps us. I think it's an addition to the room. I think it's a nice addition to the room.
You think he's wide receiver too? Is he
he's
above Van Jefferson?
I think he's in the mix of wide receiver 2 and definitely in the slot. I think Roman would eventually evolve and take on that role more predominantly, whether it's true slot or on the outside. But I feel like with Juju's skill set, his size, and his ability to block, his ability to combat catch consistently, we've seen, man, even when it was sevens, not all the way in years, but you think when Juju and Seven were on the back end before Juju finally left, the one thing that he still was consistently doing was torching dudes with the combat catch. He gonna go up top on any LB, any safety that you match up on him in the slot, and that was why we bumped him, or they still started to use him a lot more in there versus lining him up on the outside and just saying beat this type of corner right here. And I think in that role, heck yeah, he can still do that. I think you're not gonna find a better blocking receiver on our team than Juju if his knee is healthy. Big preferences on if the knee is healthy. We know he's been dealing with his knee now for a couple of years. That's why I'm just kind of hesitant about it because I don't know that. But which of these dudes block better than Juju? We've seen Juju. None of them got a perfect on their tape. And that was just
Pickens probably when he wants to.
But he don't want to get Tank Delled. Remember that. All right. I've never heard Juju worry about that. So that's what I'm saying. But at the same time, Juju, I don't think is going to ever be the receiver that GP can be from a receiving down the grass standpoint. And I just think that this would take a lot of that. Hey, GP ain't ever about none of that now. He's going to do all that type of stuff. Van Jefferson, you still going to run your routes. You could do some of that blocking, but let's be real, man. Van is not blocking better than Juju. Juju blocks, man.
So he's an Allen Robinson for us?
Yes. I think a better version of Allen Robinson, though.
I don't need that.
What? Come on, man.
Like I said,
Oh,
it's not worth the reward for me.
oh man,
The risk ain't worth the reward.
oh man, I can't believe you done turned over, man. You don't want
I'm
no
leaving
Juju
that
no more.
era in
Oh,
Steelers
man.
history exactly there in history.
I like Juju. I like him. Bring my dog back. If the knee is good, man, he's proven. He's never done anything negative. It's always just funny social media. So as long as it's funny social media, it's like we live with that.
No, but it bleeds into football stuff.
It was only a small instant, or we've only experienced one instance. I'm not going to talk about what maybe elsewhere.
I think there's been a few things.
We've only experienced one instance with him. I'm not. What happened elsewhere was elsewhere. All right.
Yeah, he was good during Kansas City. Like, he was quiet the whole time, played good.
Until the end.
And then after the Super Bowl,
Yeah, he couldn't stop.
it
Yeah.
just went too far. Like, win with some class.
He never won one before. You can't say act like you've been there before. You never been there before. I don't know how it would be if I ever won one. Never been there before. I might lose my mind, Deke. Yeah.
Juju won that because he had Mahomes as his quarterback, though.
He
Like,
was a key he was their second best receiver.
Yeah, I know. Give him credit.
Yeah.
He played good, but, like, come on, dude.
He was their second best receiver, Deke.
You went to the Chiefs with Mahomes and Andy Reid. Like, you go to any other team.
Did
you ain't
Juju,
talking like this.
All right, so did Juju do better in Kansas City than Hollywood Brown? Actually, no, because
Well,
we haven't
we'll
seen
find
Hollywood
out.
just yet. We haven't seen
Well,
Hollywood just yet.
Hollywood's hurt already.
Not Hollywood. I'm thinking about Kadarius Toney. There we go.
Yeah, did better.
And Kadarius, a higher pedigree guy. All things on paper should have been that he should be able to do this and do it at a higher
But
level.
Tony wasn't even as good of a receiver as Juju
man.
to begin with.
But Juju on a first round draft pick from the year before. Tony was. Everybody was
Yeah, but he
looking
was
at
no good
Tony
with
and
the Giants.
but they was looking at the Giants like, yo, maybe y'all are tripping. Remember that was a thought
Well,
process.
they weren't.
They weren't. I'm a big Kadarius Toney fan. Shout out to Kadarius. Yeah, I like him. I like him a lot.
Where's he even at now?
I don't know. I'm just glad that he lined up all sides in that one play. I needed that, bro. So,
Man,
yeah.
I forgot about that.
Shout out to Kadarius. That's all I care. I'm like, yo, you would never have no bad
That was
blood
a
with me,
crazy
man.
ass play too. That was the
It was.
Kelsey lateral, right?
Yes. That would have changed the whole. All right, yeah. And it was because he was lied about. Like, yo, shout out to you, bro. Shout out to you, man.
So you're saying yes?
If Juju's knee is healthy, yes. But it has to be healthy because I don't want him to just be here in street clothes and now it's just you got big personality, social media game 1,000, but you're not participating in these games. I need him participating because I feel like that will kind of keep the social media to the back burner. I feel like if he has free time on his hands because he's rehabbing all the time, we're just gonna get social media. I'm with you on that. I don't think that's a good idea for what we're trying to push right now.
I'm saying no. Just trade for Aiyuk.
All right.
Yo Young?
No, we haven't got him yet. Shout out to Yu Young.
I think there's one before him though. I might have missed.
No. You was good. Yeah, you had Mike Hood. That was who we just did. Mike Hood. Now we on Yu Young.
Okay.
Guy from my high school.
Yeah, he said
Yeah.
the guy from high school lost to Japan in the finals for the Olympic
Oh.
wrestling event. Got a silver though.
I salute. Let's go, Yu Young. Let's go. Shout out to the wrestlers out there, man. No, it was an exciting time, man. I did not get a chance to see the matches like I wanted to, but I did see we had some Americans out there taking care of business. Shout out to the homie from the Congo too. My man, they said what fifth? This is his fifth consecutive gold medal in wrestling. I was like, God, dog. Yeah, like he shut the whole country down when he went back to the Congo too, man. Showed him like pulling back up and just straight riot. I'm like, wow.
Okay.
Shout out to the wrestlers though, man.
Jay Ramos, at this point, I'd rather give 2 second-round picks to the Cowboys for CD. Pay CD $32 million, but I'm just talking. It ain't gonna happen.
Well, Jerry did say he's not in a hurry to pay CD, and then we did see CD react by saying LOL. Then went the social media route, him and Hollywood Brown did the tag team. Let's put our stuff together and change our background. So now, we got that going on.
Wait,
So,
why is Hollywood Brown doing that?
I don't know how Hollywood got involved with it. I think maybe teammates somewhere, college teammates.
They were, yeah.
college teammates. So I think that's what it was. So,
But he likes this scenario, right?
I
He's with the
would
Chiefs.
agree, but they both put up there on like their
This is just in
covers.
support of CD, I
Yeah,
guess.
they put on their covers the pictures of them two together at OU. So I'm like, are you trying to say that y'all need the team back up? Do you want CD to come to the Chiefs? Because that ain't gonna work.
That's not allowed.
That ain't gonna happen.
Not allowed.
Yeah, that definitely ain't gonna work. But if CD is available, what you're saying, and we got to decide, would you rather pay $30 million to Brandon Aiyuk or bump your number up and pay 32 to CD Lamb? Deke, I'm gonna go on the record and say pay whatever it takes to get CD Lamb. That's what I would do. But I don't know if that's fully accurate in terms of him being all the way available. But I do
Yeah.
know it is some rumblings going on down there in Dallas.
Yeah, I'd take CeeDee Lamb. That's fine.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
That's all.
I think he would be
for a fact pick,
an
bro.
awesome fit for being across from Pickens, obviously. Just from a straight receiver standpoint, I wonder, though, would he be better for the offense considering the blocking element that Aiyuk could bring? Like, as a whole, and us being a run-heavy team. But just from a straight
GP
receiver
could block,
standpoint, what?
GP could block.
He should.
You don't like that, though, huh?
No, he should. I'm just saying, if we could get everyone on the same accord and blocking, like, that's just only going to help us in the run game.
Could GP, if CeeDee Lamb were to be here, do you feel like GP could take on that role of being more of the blocker, grunt work type of guy? Because we know CD is CD.
Well, CD could learn a thing or two and
CD
help
is
with that
CD.
too.
All I'm saying is CD is gonna come in here and it's like, yo, that's CD Lamb.
That's why I kind of like just us getting Aiyuk, because Aiyuk is a pretty good blocking receiver. But don't get me wrong, I'd take CeeDee Lamb.
Like, yeah.
I'd take CeeDee Lamb.
Yeah, I'm like, CD did. That's a totally different element than the Brandon Aiyuk vibe. But it does, I think it opens up our passing attack, but I do think it hurts us in running. Yeah.
I'd be good with either or. And if you want to throw DK Metcalf in the mix or Devontae Adams, one of those four receivers will work.
Yeah, any of those guys that you just named, we can't go wrong with. But if I had to have a pick, if CD is available and he is on the market, I like his blood. Okay? That would be the perfect combination, Deke. I'm just tired, Deke. It's only outside of that Bills and Steelers combo blood. What don't you give me that Dallas? Deke. That Dallas is still a play. Oh, it's a wrap. Especially if it was CD. All right. But we good. We good right now.
I think I've talked myself so much into us getting Aiyuk that I think I want Aiyuk out of all the four receivers.
You're invested in Aiyuk.
Yeah,
Rightfully
I'm just so talked myself into it, and I think the deal's happening that just give me Aiyuk. And why I'll say Aiyuk is because of the blocking that he could bring over the other receivers.
Okay. He does have a more complete game, but I do feel like when we're talking about some of those other guys, I think they just bring you a little bit more.
They've been more standalone as a wide receiver one than Aiyuk ever has, for sure. But that's the thing. Aiyuk doesn't have to come here and be wide receiver one like that when we have a George Pickens. Mm-hmm. It could be just like all them meshing together in the office.
Bro? Don't look away.
Well, yeah, I can't.
Look away.
So the
don't look
thing
away.
that Moats is talking about right now is Matthew
away,
Wright
bro.
missing that extra point. It's up on the screen right now. And thank you for having this Steeler game on and not the Bills.
Boz wouldn't do that. We worry about the Bills one, but it was just leave that one alone. All right.
Oh, they both lost.
Hey, I was supposed to say, this one was a little bit better. All right, I like this one a little bit better. So yeah.
I can't defend Matthew Wright anymore because the one thing I could have in my back pocket with Matthew Wright and just throwing him out there, like whenever Boz would mess up at a time or two, we'd just be like, we got Matthew Wright on the line. Like Matthew Wright's good. Like I haven't seen Matthew Wright miss a kick, but now that I have, I can't defend it.
I was about to be petty when it happened. When it happened Friday, I had the text loaded up.
Man,
I had the text. I was like, "What's up with your man?" I was like, "What's up with your man?" Right. And then I was gonna sit up like, "Nah, I ain't gonna be petty today." It was when I tell you, Deke, I was
ahead of the curve. I tweeted it out. I can't defend Matthew Wright anymore. He's out.
Definitely had it typed up. I'm just like, oh,
he needs to take off that 8 jersey.
Now they said the snap wasn't the best. So it was a little bit high.
That is
some
true.
Details on it was a little bit high, but you kicked it. Once you kick it, you kicked it. So it's on you. Yeah.
You see, they brought in some long snappers.
Hey, yo, chill. Don't do that.
They did.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Coon's gonna whoop him though. I ain't tripping about it. Yeah.
He should.
He got to. He got the new contract and he got the commercials bumping during the game. I don't know if he was catching the commercials playing during the game. He has commercials.
Who was it with? I did see it, but I can't remember what it was for.
So it's for his podcast that he started. We know he started his podcast, but whoever the company that he's partnered with, I forgot. I kept drawing back on the name, but they were doing the commercial almost like as a promote the business along with the podcast. I thought it was pretty dope, man, in terms of how they did it. But you know how it is when you start doing that, you loud now. So it's like, you better whoop out anybody that they bringing in here, man. Yeah, because what it look like, Deke, if you not here and they shooting that commercial, bro. Yeah. They can't play that commercial and you not be active on the roster. No, that ain't gonna fly, bro. So that's what I'm saying. I think that Coon's gonna take care of business versus whoever pulls up on him. That's all.
Jay Ramos Oh, wait. I just read that. That was the CD Lamb comment.
Shout out to Jerry Bro for bringing up my dog CD, though, man. I'm telling you, man. If y'all want... It's only a couple teams that make the boy smile like that, all right? I was like, hey, now. I know that one.
Tons of fun. A.K.A. I think that's Sean McCartney.
Okay.
Says sabotage Fields. People are blaming the Nate Herbig fumbles on him. Fields had him as starting center, but watch Wilson start with Frazier.
Hey, man, maybe Tons of Fun knows more than the quarterbacks that talked about it, man. I ain't tripping on it. In terms of what I saw, though, from Frazier, if we're just completely talking Frazier and Herbig, I thought that both played well. I think that Frazier, though, obviously younger player, is a lot more exciting because it was new to us. I think that he did some really good jobs. I thought I was really impressed with him climbing up to the second level. I also like what he was doing in pass protection as well. I thought that Zach played a really good game. I'm excited to see what he can come out here and do this second game, and I do potentially want to see him versus a little bit uptick in competition. That's always like my weird thing about preseason. We'll compare the guy going against the greater competition, and we don't account for that part of the evaluation. You know what I mean? Whereas, like I said, for Herbig, man, he was out there versus that starting D-line. I thought he did some good things out there.
Yeah, I was going to say, am I off? Outside of the snaps,
no,
I don't think Herbig was terrible.
Let's not play, but people, and that's why I said what I said when I led off about the fumble. If you are a Justin Fields guy and you are looking for reasons to support him, or say you're a Zach Frazier guy, you're going to look at that instant and put that as an indictment on Nate Herbig, which we've already seen in the chat. My whole response was, because I've never played quarterback in the National Football League, I couldn't give you the answer to who was right or wrong. But listening to the guys that did do this and did this for a long time, and I view them as experts because that's what they did. The same way if you talking linebackers or defense, they going to probably side with me in some of these instances. That's just how it is. So listening to them, they said that, yeah, quarterback should have sat in there a little bit longer. So that's my only thing, man. But I thought Herbig played fine. I just feel like for Frazier, because the excitement is we want a new center. Herbig didn't have any bad credit last year. Herbig wasn't our starter last year. It was Mason Cole. But we almost, not we, but it's like people are almost looking at Herbig as if he was Mason Cole solely because we have Frazier right here. I just think that we can praise Zach Frazier without it being this like witch hunt. Herbig is bad all of a sudden. It's like,
yeah, I want Frazier to start, but I don't think Herbig did anything bad outside of the snaps.
Right,
but
that's
then,
my whole thing, yeah.
If we're talking about it being more on fields, it's like, okay.
Right, I'm like, Frazier played well. That does not mean that Herbig did not play well. Herbig played well also. But that's just kind of how I look at it. That's also why I said I want to see Frazier against a little bit higher of competition. So now we can get a little bit better analysis on both of these guys. Because I saw Frazier moving some people. Yeah. And I like that. And it's like, if you can do that versus...
he could just flat out move better than Herbig, too.
And that's the part. But that's why he was drafted the way he was drafted. We know what he's capable of. But I think that's the part where it's like, yo, let's see it now. We saw you versus this level. Now bump you up a little bit. See what you look like versus this level. And that's what the preseason is for. You're trying to learn information on these guys. Can this guy do this? Is he ready for that? And you're projecting it. Obviously, we're not going to really know the answer until we get to week one. We could say we want to start him all we want because we saw in this preseason game, you get out there week one and this dude's getting demolished. We're going to be like, hey, bro, Herbig, get you back in there. The same way I'm sure some people looked at our tackle situation and they left out of that game and was like, bro, what the heck is this? You don't got to tell me. I saw y'all comments on it. So that's the part where it's just like, I get the excitement, but let's just make sure that it's real. Show it again. Uptick it a little bit. You know what I mean? But that's how you do it to keep Frazier from getting in over his head. And ultimately putting this offense in a situation where now you got the Kendrick Green scenario. You wanted this young guy out there so bad. He had to start. Now you got him out there and we're like, bro, we have a little bit of an issue here. That's all.
Donovan LaRue says, I heard the 49ers want a 2 and a 3. Is that too much? I would do it. It's probably fair.
If it was just a 2 and a 3 and no player, I like it.
It's probably fair compensation. I would like the 2 to be next year's 2 and then the 3 to be the year after that. I don't want the 2 and 3 in the same draft. Like, segment it out if you can. It's probably fair compensation for an Aiyuk. Like, that's the range.
I like that as long as there's no player involved, man. You throw that player in there, and now I'm just like, all right, that feels like a lot more to me because you still got to sign him to the contract.
2, 3, and a player.
Yeah.
Yeah, if
plus
you're adding
contract.
if you're adding the player, have it be a 2 and a 4 or a 2 and a 5 and the player.
Yeah.
And yeah, you're right. Plus the
You still gotta sign the
$28 million
contract,
plus dollar contract.
Mm-hmm.
Dondre Azell, what's the quickest way to get Payton on the field without hurting E-Rob's feels?
Hey, yo, y'all playing. Shout out to Payton Wilson, though, man. I did just finish up a film session on him, man. It'll be dropped. No, I'll probably drop that tonight. It's a little bit longer, though, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I got excited. He had a lot of plays out there, bro. Payton Wilson was balling. All right.
Yeah. Hey, he had a slip up or two in coverage, but he showcased the athleticism. He showcased everything we've been talking about him from training camp and even back to when we drafted him.
Yeah. Why I look at it was like this, man. I got a chance to see Payton Wilson with Landon Roberts. I got a chance to see Payton Wilson with Mark Robinson. Thought that he looked good in both. I thought as the game went on, he got more comfortable out there. The one thing that I talk about in the film session, like I said, I'll drop later tonight, his eyes. I felt like his eyes were always in the right place. In the times where they weren't, that's when he got in trouble, specifically in coverage. The player or two that you might have seen specifically, I think it was number 87, where he had some success, eye violations. And those are the little details that when you're just talking about a young player of how do you clean that up, those are easy fixes. Man versus zone. Zone, eyes on that quarterback, man. Man to man, eyes on your guy, unless you can touch him with your elbow, essentially. All right. And for him, that was the one thing that kind of popped up a little bit, but it was first time in the stadium, man, for the Steelers. NFL game, I thought that he played really well. Special teams had a tackle as well, so we got a chance to see him do that. Defensively, saw him making plays both in the run game, but also taking away certain things in the pass game. Talked about some of that, like I said, with some of the film review, but literally on the Montravius Adams sack, you slow it down. Look at where Davis is trying to go with this football the whole time, and my man Payton is the reason why he can't go there. Because it's like, literally, if you put that ball on this receiver or this receiver, Payton is eyes on it, ready to break, and it forces Davis to hold it. Then from there, Montravius gets through, and now you get the sack. Doesn't show up in terms of any wow stat. It's not going to show up as a PBU. It's not going to show up as an interception. Most people don't even notice it. But if you cut that tape on, that's the stuff that was shown with him. For me, man, I also could see where him having a Landon Roberts is comforting. Because E-Rob knows that here it is, da-da-da-da. Then I got a chance to see him kind of have to be next to Mark Robinson. And those two guys communicated. Still was clean, but not as clean as E-Rob out there. So part of it is like, okay, you with the older guy, I think you play a lot faster. You with the younger guy, I can see where, it could get on you a little bit. But this was also your first NFL game. So that's my thing. I'm like, yo, I think for him, just settle in. The little things that you got to clean up are mainly just being more disciplined with his eyes. And more so because I think he knows how athletic he is. It's times where you're literally watching him. It's like, yo, he's covering this guy because he can see him vision here, but he's athletic enough to make this play still. And it's just, yeah, he got caught slipping the one time. You know what I mean? Eyes. And it's like, oh, yo, this dude's going back. Now he catches it, but you do like the close on it. Yo, get him down. Some of these guys out here, they don't have that closing speed. You make that. Think about it, man. I know for me, it's plays where I've seen a guy catch a pass and I'm like, I can't get him in 5 yards. I need somebody else to slow him down. Otherwise, we chasing him. You saw Wilson. It was just like, okay, he messed up, but that dude didn't get far. He went and, all right, come here. And that's the other part where it's just like, those little things are what he has to clean up. But I think the faster he cleans that up, the faster they're going to put him in some of these packages from a passing perspective, because he does bring certain things to the table athletically. But at the same time, there's a reason why you still feel confident in Landon and in Patrick Queen because of what they bring. And I think that's why I said we're in a good position. I think for Payton, he's in a good position.
Yeah, he's probably on the JPJ trajectory for the regular season.
Mm-hmm.
We'll get him out there first month and a half in a limited capacity, continue to ramp it up if he continues to excel, and then maybe mid-season he's off to the races. And that's one of the things I'm wondering for this next preseason game. Are we going to get to see him at all with Patrick Queen?
I know. I don't know, bro. I don't know. I'm waiting to see, like, can we get any confirmation, number one, that we're going to actually get Patrick Queen 2 this week? Because I don't know if they're going to treat him, almost like in the TJ Watt category of, like, I don't need to see you in this. I
I wonder if we'll see any of those
that,
guys
you see what I'm saying?
for like a series
Yeah.
or two, and then just sit them for week 3,
Right.
or will they do week 3
Right.
to see these guys? I don't know.
And
But
it's still
typically, it's the
early.
last preseason game. You
Yeah.
don't have the starters play.
Facts. And it's still early, so I don't know just yet. And I don't think the players know just yet either. We probably won't get this until probably Thursday after that practice, man. You know what I mean? Or at least Wednesday, Thursday time frame. So, but to me, man, I thought that, like I said, for that'd be his first game, first time in stadium. I thought that he played really well, man. Like I said, it wasn't perfect, but I just thought that his eyes, I thought that his ability to trust what he was seeing and actually have the confidence to pull the trigger. The first tackle he makes on defense is literally that. It's like, bro, you trust what you're seeing. You're shooting your gun. You're going to get it. You're not playing it safe. Most dudes take some time for them to get to that level, but it was good to see that from him, man.
Yeah. Justin Watson, join the upper room.
Shout out to Justin Watson and welcome to the upper room. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Pete the Penguins Ghost says, I'll be out of the basement and in attendance for the Cowboys game.
Let's
Ticket prices
go.
are crazy, so please shout out my OnlyFans.
Oh,
Hot
gosh.
Penguin action.
Hey, shout out to Hot Penguin action one time for the culture, baby. And I'll be at that game too. That's regular season. I'll definitely be there for that one, man. All right. So shout out. Deke, are you subscribed to this OnlyFans, the Hot Penguin action?
I'm not.
Okay.
I'm wondering if Pete the Penguin's Ghost is the same as Deke's baby mama's.
Oh, ooh, I don't know.
I wonder if those are the same accounts.
I don't know. I mean, your baby mom was just in the city a couple weeks ago, bro. Your baby mom pulled up on us. So, yeah.
Golden Troy Food. Troy was getting worked by Hunter. Line looked questionable. Wilson was flying all over the field, but didn't really make the impact I thought he would.
Okay, let's talk about it, man. Troy obviously didn't have the best night. Danielle Hunter, though, is pretty good. I don't know if y'all know that, man. So I was like, yeah, you kind of got a bad draw for that to be your first go out there, man. But, you know, you live and you learn. He did have a little knee injury, so I think they're saying that was why he didn't finish. I initially thought that they had pulled him and put Dylan Cook out there after that final sack, but apparently he did sustain a little bit of a knee. I haven't seen any. Well, actually, it was like mixed reports on it. One report was saying that he was going to miss some time. The other thing was like, nah, he's good. They're like, yo, he's going to be ready to start week 1. We're like, bro,
Yeah.
What? All right. So kind of extreme both ways.
Well, because that's what Boo Man has a super chat that has to do with this conversation.
I want to say it was Dulac.
Yeah, where
I felt like
he said team just declared Troy starting right tackle if healthy by week 1 from Jerry Dulac.
Yeah, from Dulac. Yeah.
So I don't know if the team's necessarily declaring that, but
Right.
I think that's Jerry Dulac giving his report or feel on the situation.
Yeah. How'd you feel about it, man?
Interesting. Wonder if it has to do with the 49ers trade with Aiyuk and maybe potentially having Dan Moore in the trade package.
Ooh.
That's what I'm wondering.
Because if Dan is a part
It's
of
like
that
it's
trade
like in a way like
package,
prepping us
then you would
for
go ahead
what
and
the
already
O-line's
say
going to
that.
look like.
Yeah, I could see that. I could definitely see that.
I think it would be crazy too to not have Broderick Jones starting one way or another for week 1. I mean, it's possible.
No, it's not possible. Broderick start. I don't care what you say.
If Fautano
Deke,
starts
I don't
right
care-
tackle, you
Deke,
think he's
I don't care
no matter
you're
what starting
saying.
left
Deke,
tackle.
I don't care what you're saying. We are not putting our starting offensive line out there week 1, and Broderick Jones is not included.
I agree. I think that's how it should be.
I will
but
have the biggest issue with that right there. There isn't a scenario where Broderick Jones is not starting at
Dan
tackle.
Moore didn't look bad.
There is not a scenario for me where
I'm with
Broderick
you.
Jones is not
That's what I want the
starting at
O-line
tackle,
to look like.
Don't
That's what
you
I want the
do this,
configuration
Deke.
to be.
Don't you do that, bro.
Throw Zach
No,
Frazier in there
bro.
at center.
No.
We got the 2 young guys at the tackle.
Yeah.
And Daniel. We got the veterans, Daniel and
Broderick
Sam
ain't coming off that
on
field
the
no more,
inside.
man. Broderick is done coming off that field. Broderick, you are out there. You play right and left. I think that was Troy getting hurt was part of why I feel like Broderick had to go back out there. I'm like, Broderick, you ain't supposed to be playing that long. But that would make sense now. If Troy, because Troy got the hurt, he got the knee, that makes sense why Broderick had to go back out there. But, man, Broderick is starting for us at one of these tackle spots. If he starts at right, that means Dan Moore is at left. If he starts at left, then that means Troy is at right. But Broderick is going to be out there. I'm willing to go on that one. I ain't even talked to Pat Meyer. Shout out to Pat, though. Awesome cat. I ain't talked to him just yet. Not recently, all right? But Broderick starting. All right, I'm willing to go on that one. Yeah.
And I'm good with that.
Cheer, bro. Who's better than Broderick at tackle for us right now?
It's
Let's just be real. At right or
based
left,
off
who's
the
better?
report, they're saying if Fautano is starting right tackle, then it's a little competition at left
Who's
between Dan
better
Moore
than
and Broderick.
Broderick at tackle for us right now?
Dan Moore's played a lot of games.
I support Dan. You know I'm a big Dan supporter.
I know.
I do not
You're
view
sounding like
Dan
me right now.
Moore as, yo, bro, you got no. It's like, yo, am I cautious about, just putting Broderick at left if that means that puts Troy at right? Yes, that was my hesitancy early on. But if we're saying that Troy is going to be at right tackle, I can't have that scenario where Broderick is on the bench. Like, for what?
I agree with that.
Heck,
100%.
if worst case, you start over Troy, then and Troy go to the sideline.
Right.
You know what I mean? Worst case. But I'm like, no, this is Broderick we talking
But what
about, man.
Dulac's saying is the Steelers already believe Fautanu is their second best O-lineman. It's a Marquise Pouncey situation.
Are they specifying at tackle, or are they just saying in general?
Second best offensive lineman.
Bro, it's no way that they can already feel that fast, bro. What are we talking about? You have a Broderick Jones here.
Yeah, I'm
You have
surprised
a
to see the
Isaac
report,
Seumalo.
especially
you got a James
since
Daniels here. Like,
Fautanu is going to
what?
be out for these next 2 weeks.
Yeah,
I'm
just
surprised
like,
to see the
what?
report.
And I'm a big I rocks with Troy. You feel me? Low key, I be feeling like I'm connected because I got a chance to see it when he first got here. I'm like, yo, like we locked in, bro. All right, but I'm just like, yeah, that the second best offensive lineman that we've only seen him in 2 series of preseason. I don't know, bro.
And they didn't look good.
I don't know, bro. I don't know. Pouncey, I feel like it was a different conversation.
Well, we didn't have any out of their options anyway at that time. Our line was terrible.
But Pouncey in the league his rookie year, we all was like, yo, this dude, he nice down here. Who this one? I'm from Buffalo. I don't know nothing about anybody just like that. And I'm listening to the Paul Puzzlezzis of the world, the Reggie Torbos of the world, the Kafika Mitchells of the world. They're like, yo, that center is doing stuff that you're not supposed to do at center. That center is pulling and climbing. That is not what you're supposed to be able to do. And from then on, I just kept hearing the same thing over and over and over and over. No matter who I talked to, no matter where team I was at, it's like, yo, that's not normal. And when you play the position and you see how most centers look, you've seen with Mason Cole, you've seen with Nate Herbig. We can go and look at other centers around the league. I mean, think about guys that play center for us. It's like they all haven't looked and played like Pouncey since the Pouncey time frame. It's like Pouncey was freaky rare, man. I just don't know if that's Troy just yet. That's all. It's like, man, they said that.
Don't shoot the
They
messenger.
really said
I'm just
that, dude. Come
saying.
on, bro.
That's
Like,
what Dulac said. The Steelers are saying. So the Steelers haven't come out and directly said that.
I
But
say, Dulac's an extension. You know that. Dulac, he's like the moon. All right, the Steelers are the Earth. He's the moon. He's hovering. He's constantly in. You know what I mean? He's in the know. But that's a little aggressive right there. But if you're saying
especially
what you're
coming off
saying-
of him getting hurt and
Yeah.
missing these next 2 weeks, and he's
Yeah.
a rookie, and us already having
Yeah.
Broderick Jones and Dan Moore at the tackle spots that we could very well start week 1 and be okay with.
right.
Broderick at right, Dan at left.
Yeah.
It's a surprising report. I'm not against the report.
I'm not against it either.
I want
Yeah.
it to be Fautanu and Broderick Jones as soon as possible.
That's what we drafted both of these guys for in consecutive seasons. But I think that part of what I've always had fear or even just try to caution is training camp success versus when you get into the actual stadium. And it's like we can see a guy having success in practices and we can look at that and, okay, is it familiarity? Are you like that? What is it? But then you put him in a stadium, different body types, different looks. And we saw it was a little bit of a different outcome in comparison to what the reports have been when I've seen him at training camp, you know? So I think that that's why for me, it's like, yo, to make that type of jump and statement off of
after how he played too.
yeah, I'm just like, bro, I didn't get that. That's all. Yeah, just seemed a little, I'm gonna call it premature, but yeah, a little premature.
AJ Martinez gifted a Mets membership to Country Malik, 48.
Shout out to AJ Martinez being a rock star at life and Country Malik 48. Welcome to the upper room. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And if you're digging the content that we provide today, make sure I hit that like button one time for the culture and subscribe if you are new to the channel, baby.
GF says bring Juju back and then add Van or Calvin to the trade package since the Niners want a receiver and Juju can't get 19 anymore.
All right. I don't think this is even possible, but if it did, I think I'll be more open to moving on from Van than I would from Calvin.
Oh, wow, really?
If Juju is back, is what I'm saying. Because I feel like Juju and Van can do similar things. Calvin is still the outlier, and I like the speed part.
And this is with us getting Aiyuk as well.
Yeah, because that's what he's saying, right? Bring Juju back, then add Van or Calvin to the trade package to the Niners since they want a wide receiver.
We'd still have Roman Wilson.
You still got GP. You still got
Scotty
Moats. You still got
Miller.
everybody else. Yeah.
Calvin. I'm liking what Van Jefferson's doing, though.
Van's nice, though.
I think he could play the slot, right?
Who do you think is more effective? You also got a Roman Wilson as well.
This is why I don't want Juju at all. I mean,
Okay.
I would roll with Pickens, Aiyuk, and then you got the Van Jefferson, Calvin Austin, Roman Wilson combo. I guess, the only downside to that is they wouldn't be as good of a blocker as Juju, but I think they would be better as receivers, though.
Because I like what Van's done, man. You seen it in training camp.
Yeah.
We obviously saw it in the game. Like, he's making plays. Even when it's not challenged. Even when we should challenge it.
Yeah, I think he did everything he needed to do in that preseason game. He got the separation, ran the right routes, had that tough contested catch that wasn't challenged but should have been challenged. But I told you last week, too, I'm still talking about Aiyuk. I'm sorry.
Shout out to Aiyuk. Shout out.
Jacob Ramirez says, why ain't we talking Herbig versus Frazier at center yet?
Well, it was just one game. And we actually are talking it. We just feel like...
Yeah, maybe you made that comment before we just talked about Herbig and Frazier.
It was at 5:17, so I was like, I think you might have just missed it, man. It might have been, right in the middle of it. But, we've been talking it, though. We definitely talked it.
AJ Martinez says, love, respect, and blessings to all. I'm driving a car on the interstate. I'm listening, not chatting till I'm home. LOL.
Thank you, AJ.
Not a bad idea.
Shout out to you, AJ. I'm not going to lie. You had me nervous at first. Said I'm driving the car on the interstate. I was like, oh, Lord. Don't do this. Oh, don't do this. Don't be chatting with us like that. But shout out to the fact that he's listening. I like that. Respect. Responsible right there. Responsible, man.
Says, Dulac tweeted Fautano is starting at right tackle when he recovers. If that's the case, is Broderick starting at left or Dan Moore?
If that is the accurate report, I feel like it has to be Broderick at left. I don't understand the scenario where Broderick isn't good enough to start over Troy at right if we're just simply going off what we saw in stadium and based off what we saw from Broderick in stadium. But if Troy is starting at right, then I don't see the scenario where you can't have Broderick on this field.
Right.
And that's my only hesitation.
Year 2 as well. Yeah.
After the way that he finished the season also.
It'd be crazy.
Yeah. It wasn't like he came out there as a rookie and played bad or even played average. Like, he looked really good at times.
You had Dan Moore on your team when you drafted Broderick Jones.
Exactly.
Like, that would be, I think it'd be stupid for Broderick's development and all that stuff.
Yeah.
We'd just be like, what are you doing? We're going backwards here.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you have a hiccup or two with Broderick early on at left, but I think you're going to have to deal with that. Bro.
And I know how they talk about Broderick also. They love this dude. They feel like that's the guy. Same way they would talk about Pouncey. He was like, they got a lot of them same traits, a lot of them same mentally, like how they operate. Yeah.
Maybe Dulac had a typo on his report, meant to put Broderick Jones.
No, bro, yeah. I'm just like, bro, I don't know.
Tons of Fun says, Herbig at center is Kendrick Green. Can't compare Green to Frazier because Frazier is actually a center. Okay. Also, though, I want Aiyuk. Seeing Juju in bunch formation with GP and Van is fire, if healthy.
Respect.
What's he talking about here? We can't do a bunch formation with all four.
Yes, we No. He's saying 1, 2.
Is he saying I want Aiyuk, but if we got Juju
but
with
seeing
a bunch,
Juju with GP and Van in a bunch would still be fire. I think is what he's saying.
I think he's trying to say like it's an either or scenario. Yeah. Like I want Aiyuk, but if we don't, maybe we sign Juju and that could be the receiver combo.
Yeah. And how'd you feel about the Herbig Kendrick Green?
I can't go that far. But I do agree with him on that you can't really compare Green to Frazier that much. The only commonality they have is they're coming in young to the Steelers at the center position. I feel like Frazier was a center at West Virginia, starting center, whereas Kendrick Green moved around a lot. He was mainly a guard coming out of Illinois. Played center at times, but Frazier is that's his position. And he excelled at it at West Virginia. So he's coming in with way more experience,
Mm-hmm.
way more pedigree at the position than Kendrick Green. I think he's more built for it too, just even the size and all that. Not a bad comment here.
Have either one of them?
And I think Herbig's more fit for center than Kendrick Green. I don't know if that's just hindsight 2020, but he at least has the size to play.
I was like, man, I just don't understand why Herbig is getting the shot here, man. That's all. Like, hey, I guess this is society. You can't compliment this without shooting at something else, man.
Yeah, he wasn't getting bullied.
So what are we
the only
talking
knock
about,
on
right?
Herbig from last game would be the snaps and the quarterbacks out there, the quarterback analysts that we're talking about. You said Charlie Batch. I was talking about Orlowski on ESPN. I was talking about Fields actually having more blame than a Herbig.
Yeah. So
I want Frazier, though. I'm not even going to front. I want Frazier to be starting week 1.
I think we all want Frazier, but
Herbig looks all right.
Yeah,
Herbig looks all right.
That's my thing. Don't start making up. Not you specifically, but it's like don't start making up fairy tale stuff about Herbig just to make it more appealing for Frazier to be out there. If Frazier's gonna get out there, Frazier's gonna prove that he's the better player. But what we see, like y'all be trying to do in this chat, is just start, witch hunting my man Herbig all of a sudden. Like he was out here playing bad and not playing good and not having dope moments from my perspective. I thought he played well. That's my whole thing.
I thought he was holding his own.
Yeah,
he wasn't getting
like,
pushed back or anything.
But I get it, man. People go how they vendettas and, they look at how they want to look at it, man. So, all good.
Mike Hood says, Moats, Coach T said, your Arthur, namesake Smith, is a trash talker. Did you hear him chirping?
Me personally, no. But shout out to Arthur Smith if that is his vibe, man. I ain't got no issues with that. Todd Haley, he chirped too. We like what he was doing here. So, man, I ain't against that at all, baby.
Arthur Smith used to play ball back in the day, so it's not surprising.
Yeah. But it's ain't nothing wrong with that. Maybe you got that dog in you. Got that dog in you. That's what that means.
Your boy Dev says JBJ seems to be getting cooked in practice based off vids in preseason. Do you trust him fully as CB1?
Me, yes. I don't agree with the getting cooked in practice based on videos in preseason. If you refer to the GP, I think it's been, was it 2 videos or 3 videos this year? The one was in the end zone on a 7 shot where he throws to the back corner.
Was that a one-handed catch?
Yeah, great position. It's like,
remember.
if he got to make it was a freaky catch. Yeah, but it's like, if you're making him do that, that's what you want. Make him do that every single time. I don't have an issue with that. Now, if we want to talk about the flag that took place in the game, how'd you feel about that?
Probably should have been a flag.
Yeah.
I don't think I was against it being called.
Yeah.
But that's what you're going to get with JPJ.
Yeah.
We saw it all last season. I think that's the next step for him to
that's
get
the question.
that out of his game. But I'll live with the random 10-yard penalty in a game because it only would happen one time per game. It wouldn't happen like 2-3 times.
And then what did he also
I'd take
do
that
in the
random
same
flag if he's locking down the other team's
think
top
about
receiver.
This same preseason game, he gets the flag, and then 2 plays later, what does he do? Get a PBU. So when I think of JPJ, I'm very confident in what he brings to the table. I'm very confident in his ability, and I'm very confident in taking a second year leap as well. Nobody's going to be perfect, and I think that that's what we have to realize. As much as we would want that to be the case, perfection is not obtainable in the National Football League. But just because a person has a bad play does not mean that all of a sudden now you can't trust him. You got to just throw him away and get rid of him. I think that that's an extreme in the opposite direction. And a lot of people do that with these players, man. But, yeah, JPJ, in my eyes, is cornerback 1. I feel very confident in his ability, and I'm excited to see him when we finally get more of him out there, man. So that's just how I look at it. But that's just my opinion as well.
Tons of fun. Says, to be fair, Herbig and Green aren't the first to be misplaced on the O-line. Cough. Dotson, cough. But Troy will be fine. Hunter is a great pass rusher. Man.
Dotson ain't play well?
He just reminded me about Dotson.
Did Dotson not play well here?
Yeah, he was fine.
Okay. That's all I'm trying to say.
He was fine, but he wasn't at his optimal position. Right
Did
guard.
he not play well here? That's all I'm asking.
Yeah, he was fine. He was a starting caliber guy. But there was, I guess, also a reason as to why we signed Sayamalu and signed like a James Daniel to replace him.
And he's in a
That's-
different system also with the Rams.
Yeah, that's
like why
that's,
we
that's
act
the
like those
thing that's a bummer though. It's like if we would have had Kevin Dotson here at right guard from the start, would he be the $20 million guy here? I guess that's something we'll never know.
Right.
But he always said right guard's his position,
Yeah.
and that's like my optimal spot.
Understand?
And we never played him there, so that's the bummer
Understandable,
with that. But
Yeah.
especially with him being a Steeler fan, and it seemed like a good match. Like he was a Steeler.
Hey, man, I get it. I get it. Shout out to social media. Shout out to where we live, this digital space. It's the king of hindsight being 2020, right? During the moments, nobody was talking about Dotson on this negative thing. Nobody talked about Dotson also being a $20 million guard either. He goes out to LA, has success. Now all of a sudden it's this, not you specifically, but now it's that, oh man, Dotson. It's like, yo, why we do that? When he was here, when he was playing here, we felt good about him, but we also remember that he was inconsistent at times, and that's why the organization kept having issues and trying to put other guys to compete with him, even when we didn't agree with him. In fact, he had to compete with a dude that has been tons of fun's favorite guy to bring up, Kendrick Green. And we both was like, yo, why is this even a competition? But clearly the team was seeing something that they felt he needed to be pushed by. That's how I looked at it, man. But once again, man,
you're right. Maybe it was better for Dawson's career just to get out with the Rams. Because even if we move Dawson to right guard, is it the same with us having Matt Canada here?
That's what I'm trying. It was like, yo, we don't take into account the variables. We don't take into account the style. Even a Sean McVay, in terms of how he might communicate this thing, the same way we look at Coach T and say, yo, when you play defense with Coach T, the level of understanding that he has, the details, is crazy. You don't think they said that about McVay out there on offense? So it's like, yo, for Dotson, yo, you're working with somebody that you just feel better with. The system is different. You also had a different quarterback out there as well. All of those variables matter.
Good for him.
Yeah, shout out Dotson though, man.
He probably does play better here at right guard, but is it to the extent that
would he have been better than David DeCastro? Because that's who is here.
Well, he was playing better than DeCastro in like Dotson's rookie year because that was like DeCastro's last year.
Yeah, when he got hurt.
And then after that, it was
Trey Turner.
I was gonna say it was free.
Yeah.
We could have moved Dotson over to right if we wanted to that offseason, but we kept him at left, and we just stuck with that decision to keep him at left. I don't know why we did that, but
I'm with you, bro.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Tons of fun. Says all love to Moats, Deke in the chat.
Shout out to Tons of Fun, man. You rocking with us today, man. We rocking with you. I like where you coming from, man. I like this. Is fun. I like the different perspectives, man, the different thought processes, man. Trust me on that, man. And for the record, I'm not a big Kendrick Green guy either. I'm about to say I'm just trying to give like just my perspective on it. I don't want you to feel like, yo, that's KG his man. Like that ain't the case either. I'm just throwing up what I be seeing when
How
we compare them to
the
these
preseason
guys.
game? I almost fell asleep after we took Justin Fields in the first team out. I'm not even gonna front. This preseason game was a snooze fest.
You want to see that?
Did anyone
see that Kyle Allen and Connor Hayward?
Trust me, I was watching it, but
man.
I wasn't on my P's and Q's and checking for every little detail throughout that game. Like I should have reminded myself that Kendrick Green's in here.
Yeah.
I should check out how he's doing, but I didn't.
Yeah.
Does anyone know how he did?
I didn't watch him specifically enough to know.
I didn't hear any people like clowning him.
Yeah, I think like I know our D line made plays. I just don't know if that was against Kendrick when it was taking place. In terms of Montravis, in terms of DeMarvin Leal, even Loudermilk when he was having some pressure on the interior part. And I thought our interior D line played really well in this game, man.
Yeah.
But I just don't specifically remember it being against Kendrick. Now, like I said, I also wasn't going with the mindset of let me watch Kendrick every single snap. But yeah.
Yeah, I need to be better. I should have watched. I should have paid more attention to that. King.
Oh man. Whoa.
Ken Sure.
All
618 says, "What's up, guys? Huge listener. Usually listen from Spotify. My question is, are we surprised with how Fields played?"
All right. First off, King Kencher 618.
Good question.
Salute you, man. The fact that you watch us or rock with us typically as a listener on Spotify and you tapping over to catch us on the live, man, that means a lot. I mean, shoot, if you just listen to us on audio only, usually audio only is a way different universe than the YouTube live chat crowd, man. So the fact that you done pulled up on us, man, we definitely like that. And shout out to the question, in terms of are we surprised that Justin Fields kind of played the way that he did? I kind of look at the question in, 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 I I can see where you're coming from in the sense of, should we be surprised because we've seen Justin Fields throughout his career in Chicago kind of do what? Have moments where he looks really, really good, but then you got some moments where it's like, yo, ball security, right? Or you got a head scratcher moment. I can understand that being a takeaway from this performance. We talk about the nice throws that he had, but then you talk about the center quarterback exchange. Regardless of if it's all on him, if it was partially on him, we know that he was a part of it in some capacity. We obviously can look at the 2 sacks. One of them, we can make a case, all right, could he have stepped up? The other, I feel like he was kind of, dead in the water with that. But I will say I'm not per se surprised, but I didn't think he played bad either. And I think that that's why I'm not surprised. I thought he still played well, and I thought it carried over from what I've been seeing, what he was doing in training camp. In terms of the ball on the ground, that hadn't shown in training camp. And that was one of the things that stood out to me in the game in terms of, we want to clean that part up because you can't have the ball on the ground. And especially for Justin Fields, and that's kind of the knock on him, is ball security. You just don't like the optics or the overall feel of it, even though we didn't turn it over in that capacity. We had a turnover, but it wasn't from them. So that's the part where I would say I wasn't surprised, because I thought that he still operated and ran the offense like a true QB1. I thought that the operation of those guys getting out the huddle looked good. I thought that his command when he had the football in his hand looked good. I thought that, when it was time to see him utilize his legs in extent to just, can you roll out a little bit? I thought that he could do that type of stuff. And I think that all of that has continued to show up constantly for him. And for me, I won't be surprised by anything that he's going to do preseason wise. I'm waiting for him whenever that opportunity comes for regular season, because I feel like he is a proven enough quarterback that versus cover 3, cover 1 in his vanilla, no window dressing, he should look good every single time he's out there. I want to see him when we get to the real thing, and now it's, they're game planned, and they're trying to see, can you actually read this coverage? Because that's the questions. Can he read the coverage fast enough post-snap and still be fundamentally sound with his footwork to make sure that not only is he seeing the right thing, but now he's mechanically right so he can deliver an accurate pass? When I've seen him in Chicago, that's been the most, thing that's given him the most trouble. I haven't seen that as much here. But that's what, like I said, how I'm kind of viewing him, man. So just a little bit peeling the curtain back of just how I'm evaluating him in the preseason and stuff. So, yeah. But what about you? Were you surprised by anything?
No. It felt like a Justin Fields game. Had some ball security issues. If anything, I think I was pleasantly surprised to see all the stuff that you've been talking about from Justin Fields at training camp, and all the reports I'm seeing about Justin Fields at training camp, where he's passing like a lot better than what he does with the Bears. So like that translated over to the field. So like I was pleasantly surprised by that, but maybe I shouldn't be completely surprised because we are hearing this whole offseason he's improved his passing. But it's good to see that that carried over, and we're not seeing full Justin Fields from the Bears, at least as it relates to his accuracy and his passing. He didn't
hit nobody in the face with the ball.
I think he did really good passing the ball. But then you saw some of the ball security stuff, and that's no good, taking the sacks. Although, are we saying taking the sacks, or going to say that the O-line did him no favors? I'm going to lean more the O-line did him no favors. It's just not as fun. It's just not good. It's just frustrating having 0 points in 3 series.
Give him 60-40, 50-50. I thought on that, man.
It's just tough having 0 points in 3 series. I had a little bit higher expectation. I thought we'd at least get a touchdown, get some points on the board for him. But at the same time, I think he looked good. It's a little bit mixed bag all around. But from the good things I saw, I was impressed.
Yeah. Well, also, first time in stadium for the team as a whole versus a team that has already been in a stadium. So I do feel like that also was a little bit at play. First time going out there, new group, new year, coordinator, everything included. We still getting everybody on the same page all the way. But respect. I like it, man.
Your boy Dev, hopefully we learn from the Dotson scenario for Broderick. That's what I was saying.
Okay.
That's what I was saying months ago. I was like, with Broderick, let's just get him to left tackle. If the plan is always going to be him at left tackle, get him there sooner rather than later and stop messing around with him over at right. Get Fautano at right. And based off Dulac, that's what we might be doing here.
I mean,
Not saying it's the most optimal thing for us to
Yeah.
win first month of the season,
Sure.
but if we can deal with some of the hiccups that Fautano and Broderick would have at these positions, then let's just do it.
Okay.
As opposed to Broderick at right, taking snaps at right, but we want him at left. Now he's taking some snaps at left. Just get him at left tackle.
So if you're going out there week 1 and you're saying give it to Troy right now and give it to Broderick right now, and you're confident moving on from Dan Moore as in trading him away, and I don't think it would, but I haven't seen anything other than just go off of it just yet. But say it looked like what we just saw in the game.
That's not good. I mean, Broderick got cooked too on the right side. I don't know.
I'm just asking the question. I'm just asking the question,
maybe we
bro.
might as well get cooked at right tackle with the rookie.
I'm just asking a question, bro. I'm just like,
we can make a better excuse for that.
We both agree that we have not seen Dan Moore get.
He looked good.
He
looked good. No, and I wouldn't mind keeping Dan Moore around too because of injuries. Like Fautano, he got hurt.
He did. Yeah.
So like, who do you want to rely on as that depth guy? A Dan Moore or this Dylan Cook dude everyone's talking about? I'd prefer Dan Moore.
Yeah,
for sure.
That's my thing. I'm like, I get we want to have them young dudes out there, and I'm pro get them out there, especially them two dudes. I like them a lot, but I'm like, Dan has started in this league for multiple years at that left tackle spot. He has not had games where it was. You felt it. We felt that moment for a little bit. I'm sure because I know what I felt, and if I felt it, I know y'all probably was like the first couple plays when it got a little gory. It was like, oh, God, hold on now, who's that? It was no, it had to be Dan Moore, right? I'm sure y'all was. It had to be who was? It had to be somebody else. It was like, no, bro. It didn't happen again, and then when he come back, I was like, oh no, like bro. So that's all. Just like that. So you can imagine my surprise when I hear this report that they're already just like, yo, that's guaranteed. Just like,
I'm surprised too.
Wow. Like, all right, man.
Yeah, it almost sounds like I'm coaching the team based off that report.
Hey, I'm like, yo, I'm just trying to think, man. Have I seen Dan get like that? We can say what we want. Have we seen that? Where it's just like, we ain't got no answer right now for that. We can't help you.
Well, you know what we can say for Broderick, though? This is preseason for him. He doesn't really get up for preseason. He
definitely doesn't get it for preseason. We for certain have seen that in the preseason.
If he didn't get up for preseason his rookie year, why is he going to do it for year 2?
When I look at this, hey,
and Daniil Hunter looked like he was trying to prove something for whatever reason.
Well, it looks like he was being a professional. He said, yo, if we're out here to play. You get it on tape now, right? One person is feeling great about what they put on tape. The other person right now, you like, bro, you better get that rehab so you can get this tape changed ASAP. That's all. That's what we say, yo. You are what you're on film, so don't put no bad tape out there. You don't want that existing, man. Yeah.
I like this idea here from Tons of Fun. Okay, Steeler Nation, I have an idea. Let's all get red towels and wave them when we want Tomlin to challenge.
Yo.
Don't judge the man. Give a helping hand. I like that.
I like the optimism right there. That's positivity right there. We have a guy that was hired at some point to help us with the challenging.
Who?
Bro.
He's not doing a good job.
I would agree. Now, we can argue if it's the right guy because we're not the only team that does that. I found that out over the weekend as well.
Every team should. Every team should.
Listen,
every team should have a time coordinator and like a challenge helper.
You ready for this? Buffalo has hired the Dean Blandino equivalent type of guy. The guy who's working, I want to say he would do CBS as like their rules analyst type of guy.
Okay.
They hired him this year to be in there. And we saw that in the preseason where McDormand was like, yo, you shouldn't. I'm like, yo, don't challenge that. The guy says challenge it. They challenge it. They win. I'm like, oh, that's a cheat code. He knows something. So
yeah, we should be doing that.
Yeah, so I'm like, well, if teams around the league are really doing that, bro, we need to be more buttoned up with that. I think that's a fair criticism that has been going on for a while now. Shit.
Isn't there a stat out there that Tomlin's like last
bad,
10
bro.
or 11 challenges
it's
lost?
It's pretty bad.
And then that's not even including the ones he doesn't challenge,
correct.
which are
It's
clear
even
would
worse.
be going in our favor.
Yes, even worse. That's accurate, bro. That's accurate. Shout out to Coach T, though, man. Shout out to Coach T. Yeah. But, yeah, that's very accurate. We got to get the challenges better, baby.
King Culture 618. Is Allen sabotaging Austin with that TD throw?
Low key, I get what you're saying. Now, part of me says Calvin catch it one time, though. If you catch it the first time, it's still a touchdown.
Yeah,
Cal needs a better throw. Yes. But
he was it was one of those things, he was too wide open.
Yes. Low key, funny thing. Why Kyle Allen and Mitch Trubisky both missed touchdown passes in the end zone like that, bro? Kyle, in terms of the back corner, Trubisky got the seam with the tight end. He's so scared of the safety. Aaron Mel's on the backside. You just like, bro, that's why y'all perfect backups, man. Because y'all give me the exact same thing. I can't shoot you down for this one. I can't shoot this one down for that one, bro.
He had PTSD about getting booed or something.
I was just like, yo, he's wild.
He doesn't have to worry about that up in Buffalo, right?
I'm looking at Mitch and Kyle, and I'm like, yeah, how both of y'all missed these? I done seen both of y'all make these as backups before, man. Y'all both missing wide open, just the layups, D. I've seen you make that throw. And I've seen Mitch make this throw, bro. Yeah, I was just like, come on, bro. But they both was on. They was trying to give it away. But yeah, shout out to Kyle out there. He did finally get the Connor Hayward touchdown pass, so that's a plus. But yeah, he should have had a 2-tutty performance, man. It would have looked way better than a tutty and a pick.
Yeah, maybe $180, $190 yards too.
Yeah, because he had some moments where he was moving. The offense was moving under him, and I was like,
okay, in the second half,
look consistent. Yeah.
Yep. Your boy Dev, the real question is this: how you like the Bills preseason game, Moats?
Yeah.
LOL, JK. But who do you want to see do better this week, us or them?
Oh, all right. Well, I mean, for the Bills, one thing about it like this, man. Josh Allen played not even 2 full series. I think he played a series, and then he picked up a first down, and he got 7 yards and slid. And everybody that was watching that game said, get him off of that field right now. You do not run in the preseason. You've lost your mind, Josh. And I feel like after that, everything just kind of like changed because the game was actually about to get interesting because they kept Caleb in. They was letting Caleb kind of play a little bit, but you could see it was like about to be a switch that was getting shifted. I was like, come on, baby, let's go. But then they dumbed it down. So honestly, man, I think both teams have a lot.
I was going to say, you got to go with us then, based off what you just said, right?
No, seriously, yeah. I feel like we have a lot more that we need to see and we need to get understanding for. Up in Buffalo, it's get healthy, get to the season. Can Coleman in this receiving core, account for the loss of Diggs? Defensively, them dudes on the back end, Kyer Elam, we saw he played in the playoff game versus us, got the interception. The second half of the season, he played a lot better. So the way McDermott is talking, because new DC up there, they're like, yo.
You may have given us false information on Elam whenever we were talking about trading for him, huh?
I promise you. I promise
you. All of a sudden he turned it around.
Listen, the fact that I'm talking like this is still a shock to me. Okay? I'm still at times like, Kyer, I don't know how you got here, but you are turning the page on me, all right? I even watched with the preseason. I'm like, yo, all right, you're looking like you got something going.
We could have got him for peanuts, too, at the time, right?
We would have. For a
fact. 7th-round pick,
for
maybe.
A fact. But I think we were going to put him in a different role with a lot higher expectations. I think because the credit was so bad, it was just like, yo, anything you're going to do looks good. And then he started to actually do good things. So I think that's where we are with him right now. It's just still unique. Yeah. But Buffalo, you're not going to see Matt Milano out there. You know what I mean? I don't know how much Josh is going to play in this thing. But for us, I'm like, yo, I want to see us continue to take steps forward. I want to see Justin Fields, if he is getting another start or if it's Russ, whichever one, step forwards. Whatever they did bad last week, if it's Justin Fields, I don't want to see the ball on the ground this week. Regardless of who's at center, whose fault it was, just make sure it's cleaned up. I like your accountability. Take care of business. You know what I mean? If it's Russ, remind everybody why you're Russ. Because clearly they're forgetting, so you need to remind them. That's what I want to see. Defensively, Payton Wilson, run around, make some more plays, keep making it interesting for me, And if we're going to get this trade to happen, I would like to, if we get it before the game, can I see some of that?
Yeah, this trade kind of needs
to happen. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
I would like to know just ahead. Can I? Yeah. Because we kind of running out of time to know what we're going to look like and how we're going to piece it together. Next week is like, yeah, well, wait, though. No, I don't want to see him next week too much. No. But that's kind of how I look at it, man. So I do want to see, Pittsburgh take a little bit more of a step forward. And I would also say I would want to see a little bit more from Arthur Smith in terms of continuing to, you don't got to fully unveil it, but I like what I was seeing. Let me see a little bit more, though. You know what I mean? Just in the sense of, what do you want to do in certain situations? You don't have to show the full thing, but it's okay to get some of what you want on tape in actual live situations. So we're not so gung-ho on the element of surprise that we don't actually get the details and the timing and the minutia right
for ourselves.
Right. And that's the give and take of the preseason. I don't want to show too much, but Deke, I can't have that first time we running these routes and we doing these blitz patterns and stuff like that. It's like, bro, we've never done this full speed in a game, and now it's week 1, and I'm tripping on you hitting him, like, this stuff happens. So that's the part where I'm just like, give me a little bit more. But I like what I saw first one from him. Coach T is Coach T. If I could get a better challenge situation, I would like that, though. Just to ease my mind, because I'm just like, Coach T, baby, come on, man. You better than this.
In the preseason.
You are way better than that one, bro.
In the preseason.
You are
There's
way
no reason not to
better
throw
than that one, bro. It don't even count on your official record, does it? We wouldn't have been like, you've lost 12 in a row. We wouldn't have even said that for that one. It's preseason. Throw it every single time. Shoot, in fact, it's incentivized, right?
Especially,
you throw it,
too, when it's the first replay they show. It's like, oh, that's a catch.
And if you get it right, you can get a bonus one. You get a free challenge in the back end.
Yeah.
So you get a chance to keep your record intact by messing up that one. Get this one right, mess up that one. Either way, you good. That's how I look at it, man.
I'm seeing some Claypool mentions in the chat here. How's he looking? Did he do anything?
I'm not gonna lie. So you know how you said that second half Steelers you kind of tapped out. Second half Bills was when LeBron was on. So yeah, it went from Bills on the big TV
on Saturday. Yeah,
it went from big TV Bills game to all the guys are out. All right, we're gonna put this Bills game on his phone and it's Bron time. So yeah, I was not the most in depth on Claypool. Okay. I can tell you about Shakir. Yeah, Khalil Shakir looked good. Curtis Samuel surprised me. I like his game a little bit more seeing him in stadium with Josh. I give you that. But, yeah, I didn't get too much Claypool. Yeah, I didn't get too much Claypool. But revenge game for him this week. Man, he going to be fired up, but I tell you that.
Yeah.
He going to be fired up now.
Tons of fun. Says, P.S. Don't flags the red towels out the stadium.
Don't flag.
I don't know what he's trying to say. I think he might have mixed up the sentence a
little
little bit.
He might be saying don't fly the red towels outside the stadium is what he might be saying.
Yeah.
Gang related.
Yeah.
Okay. Don't mix them up. Yeah. We don't have too much of that here, I don't feel. It's not like Cali, right? Yeah.
Tons of fun just looking out for us.
Be smart. Yeah. Be smart on that. Be smart.
G Bird in the chat says D Edwards for RB3.
Low key, I thought Edwards played really well, man. Yeah. That was definitely one of the things.
He's going to be tough to pass up. It's going to be tough for him to pass up Patterson, though, especially with Patterson's connection to Arthur Smith here.
And Patterson was out there yesterday as well.
Yeah, that's going to be tough. But I liked Edwards, though, man. I did, too. I mean, whenever we first signed him, looked at some of his games from Georgia, I was like, hey, he was the starter there, but he split time. He just looks like one of these running backs. If you get him the ball enough, he could be productive for you.
Yeah. I thought, man, my initial notes when I watched him and then went back, I thought he had good vision. I thought his burst was nice. We obviously know he had the touchdown, but I thought that he was explosive, man. It wasn't in the sense of 4-3, I'm going to take it to the house, but I thought he hit the hole with good burst and good tempo running the football, and he protected the ball also. We didn't see that ball get on that ground. We never saw it look loose at any point, and I think those are all critical when we're talking about the running back position because we know specifically with that one, man, you can't put that ball on the ground, baby. Can't do that. But I thought he did well, though, man. I do want to go back and watch a little bit more intently on his pass blocking because I know I did not watch that with that mindset when we were throwing the ball. I was looking quarterback, receivers, and more O-line than per se is this running back getting in there, fitting his block up and stuff like that. So I do need to go back and check that. But like I said, I like what Edwards was doing though, man. I thought Edwards ran the ball well, and then Jonathan Ward, I thought that he played well also, man.
Yeah, I think he was he the third running back to start to get touches after Najee and Jalen?
Yeah.
I thought he did good too. Yeah, he seemed more speedy than Edwards.
Yes.
I don't know. I think there's something to Edwards' game. I don't know. It just sticks out to me.
It's that AFC North ball? He got a little AFC North
on
him?
Yeah, he might have some of that Jalen Warren factor, too.
Ooh,
not trying to get too far ahead of myself here, but I like him sticking around here.
Yeah.
And potentially being in this running back room for years to come.
Yeah, I like this game, man. That was the one I was like, I liked them. How'd you feel about our receivers though? Not, the whole trade convo, because I feel like we've spent more of our receiver talk saying what we don't feel comfortable, like what we need versus what we saw from these guys in terms of GP,
they were
Van,
pretty good, man. I mean,
Quez, Dez, you know what I mean? Scotty
Fields
company.
got the ball to Pickens early. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing down the field, but it was nice to see Pickens do some run after.
Did you like him in the screen game also in terms of like get it to him right now?
Yeah, it was that sidearm throw that Fields threw.
Yep.
Yeah, I was fine with that. Just get the ball to Pickens more. Just figure out ways to get him the ball.
Because it was a different approach than what we saw with Matt Canada, where it was more so the only time we were getting him the ball is down the grass. This was, okay, you might not be able to create crazy separation with these routes, but I can get up and throw you this ball right now, get you a block out here now. Let's see what you can do.
Yeah, completely good with it.
He's explosive. He's not the most agile side to side, but when he decides to go north and south, you can see him pick him up, put him down.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like he's an easy guy to tackle.
Yeah. But that's the thing with him. North and south. North and south, man.
Van Jefferson did good. We've been talking about him. Calvin Austin ended up with like 40-something yards. I like Scotty Miller a lot. Des Fitzpatrick even caught a pass. Nice pass.
I say Calvin should have had the touchdown. That was the one thing I was like, yo, you was doing you missed having like a great night, man. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Anyone else? No, I think those were the names that kind of stuck out to me.
Yeah.
Receiver room.
I
could check the box score.
I thought Des Fitzpatrick later on thought he did some cool stuff, man. I know he had the one he had a catch, but it ended up getting called back. I forgot who the penalty was on, but that was the one I was like, I thought that he had a little couple moments.
Yeah, no, that was really it. I mean, Connor Hayward caught the touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I like the receiving core for the most part. Yeah, there weren't any drops. Wasn't anything stupid going on outside of, like you said, the Calvin Austin potential touchdown. Right. But that was a tough catch. Hit your hands.
Yeah,
shouldn't have bobbled it. Tough pass. I don't know.
No, I think both things can be true.
Yeah,
like you want a better throw because that should be an easier catch for Calvin. But at the same time, we do have an expectation that Calvin, you can make that catch single the first time. You still get your feet in, and nothing's wrong with that either, man.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
I like DeMarvin Leal if you want to pivot to defense.
I was literally that's what I was transitioning to.
Ryan Watts wasn't bad either.
So let's talk some of them dudes, man. DeMarvin, I got a film session that is coming out on him as well, man. That probably be tomorrow though. About to say because I haven't finished that one all the way just yet, but I thought that with DeMarvin, I'll let you go first. My bad, I didn't mean to cut you off. Yeah,
we moved him all across the D line.
Mm-hmm. That's what we talked. Yep.
He was getting after it. He was around the mix every time. We even had him on the outside for one play.
Yep,
and it looked good.
Mm-hmm.
I just think he's doing everything he's supposed to be doing going into this year where his back's up against the wall, where it's going to be make or break. Like all the reports out of training camp is he's showing that athleticism and the reasons why we drafted him in the third round and why he was supposed to be a first round prospect going into that draft. But yeah, he fell for whatever reason. We ended up scooting him in the third. But yeah, I mean, he looks good, man. He looks really. I mean, he looks like.
Mm-hmm. Say it, man.
He could be. I know you've been comparing him to Tuitt, but like he could potentially be better than a Tuitt here, just because of that versatility. You could literally play him across the whole D line, and he was excelling in this preseason game, and that's what he was doing at Texas A&M too.
Yep.
They played him all across that D line. Now I do think he's fit more for that Cam Hayward role, that Stephon Tuitt role. Mm-hmm. So that's why at times I'm concerned with putting him on the outside because I don't want to deteriorate his development for his more natural position. But if he's doing good at every spot that you put him at, then maybe I should just throw my hands up and say, why not? If you put him on the outside sometimes and he keeps playing good and he's playing good whenever you put him on the inside, whatever. It just shows that he's that good at whatever you put him at. Like he can be that Swiss Army knife. The more you can do, like we talk about it all the time. It's good for him.
Facts on that, man. I agree, man. I thought that DeMarvin played really well. That's why I wanted to cut the tape on and do a review on him because he could line up all over that D line. He could stand up and play outside. That was what I had been seeing. He
looks
the training
leaner
camp
too.
Practices. Yep. About to say definitely leaner. You can see the burst and the hips are still super smooth, man, in terms of his ability to flip those hips to clear himself from the blockers. I thought that his hand usage looked really good. One of my favorite things that I saw from him took place in the third quarter, right at the end of it. Him chasing downfield, hitting the receiver. Receiver doesn't fumble it, but you watch him punch at that ball, and I'm literally just like, yo, you're going to do that in the stadium, and it's going to be a fumble one of these times. Same way I would look at Keanu Benton and watch him running down, punching at people. Same way we watch Cam Hayward run down the field, punching at people. It's like, yo, some of them dudes just get it. And when you see that start to show up more consistently, that's when I view those guys as starting to get it. Because usually big guys don't want to run. They're like, yo, I ain't got time for that. But that's the one thing that I would say with DeMarvin, where I'm just feeling like, yo, he's starting to put it all together and be more of a consistent player, not just having a moment here or there. You can see that definitely in his pass rush versus double teams or singles, guards or tackles. Thought that he played really well versus all of those guys, but more importantly, watch him in the run game. I thought that he was an active player there. He wasn't just, oh, I'm in my gap and let me just sit here. It was, yo, let me put your body here. Let me get off and try to get into the, get a tackle. I thought that DeMarvin and Payton Wilson, those two specifically, when I was watching, I'm like, yo, y'all are playing this like, I'm not worried about this blocker. I'm playing this ball carrier. And it's a dope thing to see. It's pros and cons to both styles. If you're the super fundamental, I'm going to get in my gap. That play comes, I'm going to make the play that I'm supposed to make. That works. But the guys are the ones that are like, yo, if I see this, I'm going to go get that. And he athletically has that type of capability. So that's why I was like, man, seeing him doing those things on this defense and up and down that D line, that makes me a lot more excited about him going forward, man.
Yeah. Thoughts on Beanie Bishop?
Man, so with Beanie, I liked him. This is my thing, man. I thought that he was really good against the run. I thought that when he was triggering versus the blitz, I liked his blitz entry path. I thought that he had nice eyes in zone coverage, because whenever he was doing some of the cover 3 stuff, he was typically the curl flat defender. But watching him squeeze on stuff, trying to jump routes, even tackling the catch, I liked. The plays where I saw him kind of get beat, I know the one with Steven Sims, it was on a 3rd down, possession down. It's man to man, but they're running crossers. That's a man beater. He gets caught up in the traffic, but he still chases it down, gets in on it. At the same time, he's not going to be just blanket shut down every single player that he guards. This is the NFL. Guys are going to make plays, but I thought as a whole, for that to be Beanie's first NFL game, undrafted dude, I thought he played well, man. I like the physicality, but more important, I just like how decisive he was. With younger players, it's not always going to be right, but you want to see them playing fast. You want to see them playing with confidence and just trusting what they feel is right. We'll correct it when we get back here. But if you on that field, Deke, and I'm like, yo, why aren't you going to get him? And you're like, well, I don't know if I should or not. As I'm watching you, I don't know if you want to make the play, if you don't know what you're doing, if you're tired or anything. It's like, because you're not, you know what I mean? You're just kind of sitting here. But if you give me an action one way or the other, at least we can coach it up. And I thought for Beanie, every time I watched him, he was decisive.
You
right
correct
or
me
wrong.
if I'm wrong, but he looked that way a little bit, though, on the crosser. No,
Yes,
like he looked a little
yes.
hesitant when he came over the middle.
Yes, and part of that, though, is because you're trying not to get blindsided because you're in man-to-man and you just know it's traffic to my inside. So if we go outside, I can stay tight on this because the outside corner is gone. Inside, I got safety, I got 2 linebackers, and I got another corner, and I don't know where they're coming from. So we would say lock and level. Or we would pre-snap kind of determine, all right, if you're the LB, you're going to always attack your guy, go downhill, let this DB kind of get the right of way to go behind you so that way you're not running into him. Because they will, on offense, you've heard rub routes, where it's literally, you come from that side, I want you running at 4 yards, you come from this side and at 5 yards. And I want you to run directly at his defender, I want you running directly at his defender, and make those defenders have to make a decision. Because we know the rules are going to side with offense if you run into those guys. So I do feel like some of that was that as well. Because it's like, yo, all right, now let's kind of see this. And it's preseason. So I doubt they have locked it into that extent because it's just different people out there. 1 minute you got Peyton, 1 minute is PQ, or not PQ, 1 minute is Landon. Then, you got Mark. Then you got Jacoby. You know what I mean? So it's just like, I think all of that kind of goes into the communication, because it was even times with Mark Robinson where it's like, who you have, but you could just even see a little of, yo, are we all playing this exactly the same? And that's just the first time you in the stadium, new people, different body types. That kind of hot chalked it up. But I thought Beanie played really well, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we need to be looking at a corner?
Ooh, y'all don't like Anthony's, but that sound like, huh? Y'all funny.
Well,
Y'all are funny, bro. I already knew what time y'all was on. I was like, yo, they don't like Anthony, bro. They don't like Anthony Everett, man.
I'm just saying
Yeah.
in general, because, I mean, we got our top two guys, and this is something we've been talking about all offseason. Like, was this first preseason game anything to get you to sway more one way or the other? Because actually, if anything, you were leaning more get one of these corners in the house.
Yeah.
Are you good waiting another preseason game or two preseason games? Or do you want to sign Gilmore like today?
Gilmore was on that visit to Minnesota.
Really?
I don't know if they did the deal or not. He took that visit yesterday. So that was when I saw it, I was like, dang, bro. Because if that's the one that goes, then that's the one I wanted. Did he sign, or is he just the visit?
No sign yet.
All right. Because like I said, if we did go get one, that's the one I want. I think that he fits what we do. I think his style of play is beneficial for all parties. And, yeah, it just can't hurt to have him a part of the group. But, I don't know. I feel like I still look at that wide receiver situation with a little bit more concern because I still feel that my corners are good enough, my safety is good enough, and my pass rush is what I'm banking on. When in doubt, my pass rush has to win. And when in doubt, I'm trusting in Cam. I'm trusting in TJ. I'm trusting in Highsmith. I'm trusting in Larry O. I'm trusting in Nick Herbig. Like, that's kind of my mindset with this. I was going to trust in Marcus Golden. Shout out to my dog, but my dog done retired on me. Man, oh my gosh.
Mouse Jack energy.
Oh my gosh. Listen, he's been on my phone. I need to text him still because I'm just like, yo, I'm trying to give him like the professional courtesy of, all right, you made your announcement. I know everybody probably hit you up as soon as you did it. I don't want to be that guy, so I'm just Kevin to give it a couple of days or two. But Deke is burning a hole in my phone. I'm just like, bruh! Oh! No, man! We just talked. I'm just like, yo! Oh!
Heart's not in it, huh?
Bro! Oh, man! And I'm torn because I'm like, I get it. But come on, bro. Really?
Was enjoying that
non-training
camp life.
I was just like, bro, come on, man. Like, dude, you want to go back to that? Oh! But shout out to my dog, man. And the thing is, when you know. And I always tell people, man, it's like, yo, salute the guys that actually do know and are willing to actually step up and say it and walk away and don't cheat the game, man. Because that's when it gets weird, man. Dudes get hurt, all type of weird stuff can get done out there. But shout out to him, man. But yeah, I was like, dang, go on, man. So I trust my pass rushers, though. I feel like those guys are going to be constant. I feel like those guys are consistent. And I think we have depth there also.
Trice didn't look bad either.
Well, I was going to say, not only did Trice not look bad, but going back to D-line, I just thought that we showed multiple body types that could have success. I thought Kyron Johnson, number 53, I thought that he showed a nice burst off the edge in terms of his rushing ability. Thought Jeremiah Moon, who's been having a really good training camp, and a lot of people are excited about him, thought that he flashed and showed some good things. So I feel like we still have some dudes that are kind of like later on in the wings developing. I think that you can get away with that because you have TJ. Definitely because you have TJ, but then it's like, oh, you still got Highsmith and a Herbig. And I think that's where I kind of feel like, yo, my corners I can be all right with. And what is my blitz and linebacker going to look like? Because that's another part of just speeding it up. And the more I can speed it up, that means the less those guys have to cover for 5, 6, 7 seconds. So like I said, that's just kind of my mindset with it. Whereas I do think with receiver, especially not being able to see Roman Wilson just yet, that's why I'm just still just kind of like, yeah, I don't know. I feel like I do want that piece because we've seen how it's like we've seen what it's like to play and try to win solely on defense. But we know you can have a lot more margin for error if you can score. And I'm kind of torn between, which ideology I want us to follow, because like we can see both ways with the way this team is like currently constructed.
I think at cornerback we're not getting an elite cornerback here. because
That's
we're
true.
not going to be traded for one of those guys.
Yeah.
We're just picking up a dude that's in free agency. Whereas
Yeah.
a receiver, we actually have a chance
He can be
to
elite.
get a top 10
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
Right now. So, yeah, to your point, maybe allocate your priorities or your resources to receiver first before even thinking about cornerback.
Yeah. So that's, like I said, where I'm at with it. So, yeah. But sticking with that defense, though, what's a couple other dudes, though, man? Ryan Watts, I'm glad you brought him up.
Yeah.
I liked what I saw from Ryan. I'm upset with what I saw from Ryan, too. Because, Ryan, you was playing nice, bro. You was making tackles on the open field. You were getting down there aggressive versus the run and the pass. But, man, you left money on the field. You had a chance to get a turnover. Low key, too. All right. I need you to catch these things, man. All right. When that ball, if it's a tip or an overthrow, we have to have those, man. That's the money. Oh, that's the money. But I was a big fan of what I saw from Ryan. I thought that for that to be his first game playing exclusively safety, I thought that he did a really good job. I loved what I saw with his eyes, though. I thought that he was seeing the right things and he was triggering when he was supposed to trigger. And I thought that he tackled well. Like, yo, we know that you could tackle at Texas, and we not taking it away. We know you was physical at Texas. But this is the National Football League. So it's like you just want to see it.
Yeah, you were a corner at Texas.
Yeah,
too.
it's like we want to see this because this is very different. You hitting guys outside in versus I'm head up with this guy in the alley night and day. But I thought that he did a really good job of making those plays, getting the ball on the ground. I thought that he did a really good job of anticipating and reading and understanding pass concepts. Like I said, he jumped the one route. I thought he should have had a pick, and then the other one was slightly tipped. And if it wasn't, I think he catches that one. You know, but that's the one thing I would say, just leaving out. I was like, yo, Ryan, catch the ones they throw to you, bro. If they throw it to you, or if it's tipped, those are the ones. You got to get those ones, man.
Yeah, I'm already seeing comments from Terry Austin on Ryan Watts saying that he's going to be a pretty good player for the Steelers. So,
I can see it, bro.
They're viewing him
bro.
as part of our long-term plans.
Yeah. Like I said, man, when I was writing down my guys of like people that kind of like stood out and flashed to me, he was one of the ones I wrote down, man. Because it was like, yeah, you can see certain things, and it's like even the almost play is like that's an almost because you're reading and seeing what you're supposed to be seeing, and now you're stepping into it. Now you just got to finish it and just catch it, or you know what I mean, like however that goes. But it was you're doing all the prerequisite stuff, and that was I thought was important for him, man, or at least for me to see. Mark Robinson, I thought that he played well also, man. We know what he's going to do. Super physical, downhill. Like what I was seeing, man, in terms of the production. I felt bad he got caught on Woods, cover one, and that was the play where he's like running and chasing after him and stuff like that. That's sometimes the bad part of our defense. We will switch, and teams they try to hunt it. They were trying to do it to Payton early on. We were just giving them more zone concepts, but when it was Mark, it was more of the man concept, so that's when he got. But I thought that he played well, man. I was like when I saw from him, more so from his eyes. You know, that's one of my big things I've been critical about Mark on is like seeing the right stuff. Thought that looked good in terms of, you know, you seeing and going the right direction every single time because you're going to arrive with bad intentions. That's his calling card. Maybe that's the Payton Wilson effect. You know, it's making everybody play. You know, I got to get locked in.
Yeah.
Either way, I like it, man. I like it. Nick Herbig definitely flashed doing his pass rush thing. That's why you've heard me talk about him multiple times too. They say I just think for him it's an opportunity situation. I don't want to see the opportunity too soon though. But I think it's just an opportunity for him. Because he's looking the part every single time I see him on the field, man.
Yeah.
You brought up Corey Trice. Shout out to Corey Trice, man. It felt good to see him make the play, bro.
Yeah, I don't think he was out there too much.
It just felt good to see him make a play, bro.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, we know it's been a long time coming. We know we're excited about him. But it was like, man, all right. We know you're a big corner. Look big, look physical. And he for certain did that, man. Hopefully we'll see even more of him this week. But like I said, I thought what I saw from him in terms of his physicality, in terms of, you know, him looking and using his length, I did like that. Obviously we didn't get a ton of him, but from what we did see, it was cool. Talk that Jeremiah Moon, but I say shout out to him. Jacoby Windman. Now that's at the later part of the game, man, but
yeah,
he was also super productive, man.
Yeah, I told you guys to watch out for him whenever we signed him.
You did. Shout out to Windman, man.
He's got some smooth moves.
Yeah. And this was him at inside too, bro.
Yeah, I was gonna say he
outside.
used to play inside before he transferred to Michigan State, so like he's versatile.
Yeah, but I was like, okay, Jacoby, like Thought he looked good. Was very productive against the run. He had the PBU in coverage as well. I'm like, man, when you get your hand on the football and you're making tackles, that's a good day, bro. And once again, young guy, first time in NFL stadium, looked good. So like I said, I did like that. The final two dudes, man, that I did have was Logan Lee and Kalen Barnes. I thought that both of those dudes also, man, made some plays out there, was looking good at times. Barnes, I thought, played really well at times. But I know he had the deep shot play they took on him. He had the big PBU on that. I was impressed with that. And he also had once he had multiple tackles on special teams as well, watching him play. So you said, man, I thought those dudes all played pretty good, man. I'm going to obviously go back and watch it again and again and again because that's what I do. It's kind of my thing. I like it, though.
Grind the tapes.
I like it, bro. Deke, it was up late last night, man. Wifey in the bed. I was like, hey, guess what? I'm watching tape tonight. Love you too, girl. Oh, it's felt good, man. It's felt good, bro. So, yeah, we back, man.
Got a couple supers here.
All right, let's talk to him.
AJ Martinez says, okay, I'm at the train station where I test the R1. Chilling out before me and the kids go pew-pew with the 5.62.
Okay.
Oh, time to go.
Shooters shoot. You know what time it is. Now, I don't know if you are saying this how I'm interpreting the train station. You got the R1, meaning like the tracks right there. You about to just get after it? Because I do think that would be pretty dope and pretty fun, but I don't think that's a good idea. So I'm just going to go on record and say, please be careful with whatever your intentions are with the R1 and the train station. Okay? And that 5.62, that you bought that life. Respect.
Tons of fun. If the Aiyuk deal doesn't get worked out, would you rather get Juju or Gilmore? Also, I liked what I saw from Deshaun Elliott.
Mm-hmm.
Can't wait to see him with Minka.
Ooh, respect on that. Yeah, Deshaun, man, that's a pro's pro. I look at everything that Ryan Watts does, and I just say, man, you're the lighter version of Deshaun Elliott. I agree. I'm a big fan of what Deshaun brings, the physicality, the range also. I think that he's a really good tackler. That's the one part that I like about his game, and specifically at the safety position. Is not just about can you cover. You got to be a short tackler, man, because you're the last line of defense. And when those footballs from the running backs, man, spit, it's like, yo, you got to get that ball on the ground, man. Deshaun has shown throughout, especially later in his career, man, that he has a high, consistency rate of doing that. So I do like that part. But going to the other part of your convo or your question, Juju versus Gilly the Kid, both of my former teammates too. Jeez Louise. I would go Gilly just because I think he's healthier. Quieter, and we obviously know that they're both Super Bowl champs, but he got a depoy as well. So I just think that it's Gilly. Gilly's a little bit higher.
Yeah,
up
I'd go Gilmore over Juju too.
Yeah, that's all I'm about to say. I rocks with Juju now. Both of these are my guys. Both of my guys, but yeah, if I got to pick, yeah.
Well, that's it for the supers right now.
Respect.
We're at 6:37.
Respect. Oh yeah, wife already texted me the dinner and everything, bro. So I was getting active. We're good over here, man.
Okay.
I'm trying to think though. Let me see. Did you have anything that you didn't get said? I'm looking through my notes. I feel like we talked about every player literally that I wrote down.
No.
One final takeaway, and I said it to him yesterday. All right, I'm gonna let you guys know. I seen my dog Danny Smith, man. All right. Special teams got to be better, man. All right.
It was terrible.
We got to be better, man. All right.
Oh, wait. Okay,
Yeah,
speaking of special teams, shout out to
better,
Cam Johnston.
Yeah.
Feels like we got a punter.
Facts on Cam Johnston. Cam Johnston looked good. All right, shout out to Cam Johnston. All right.
And he had a hit on Tank Dell that could have been featured on Jacked Up back in the day. It was nice.
It's like, yo, what is that? That's the teammates. That's why. Former teammate vibe, bro. It was both down in Houston last year.
Okay.
That's what that is, man. Yeah. Yeah. Anytime you get a chance to hit one of your old teammates, you go out your way. Yeah. But shout out to Cameron, though, man. Like, yeah, but special teams, we got to be better. Danny Swift already knows. Danny Swift was on it. Already seen him. He had the gum in it. Deep, big wide. He ain't playing no games, all right? But, yeah, we got to be better. We can't have
wasted those good punts.
Bro, what? You had the bet. Explosive returns given up off of it. We had penalties on this joint. We had the turnover on this joint.
Quez Watkins.
Your boy missed the field goal. We just like, hey, bro, it was a rough one. All right, it was just a rough go all around. So
is Quez Watkins still on the team?
Yes, he is still on the team. In fact, Quez had to play yesterday. He looked good out there yesterday.
I did see.
He looked good yesterday, bro.
Tweet that he caught a long bomb from someone. Was it Russ or Fields?
I think it was Fields. I want to say it was Fields. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because we all looked.
He needed
like,
that.
Dude, we all was on the side like, whoa, who was that? It was like, oh that's Quez. All right. Nobody wanted to really believe it. That's the funny part because of the game, bro. Nobody wanted to get hyped for it. It was like, okay. Was that really Quez? Are you sure it was Quez? All right. Who was the quarterback there? Yeah.
Man.
But yeah, they'll be better though. All right. They'll definitely be better.
Yeah, I hope he's not the new gunner here.
Well, no.
Yeah, I mean, he's borderline making the team, Watkins, for sure. He's on the fringe.
He's in that combo.
But if he does make the team, we can't be having gunner type of plays from him. And he's already showcasing that in the preseason.
I would agree, bro. How'd you feel about John Ross Plumlee? He got some returns action. He got a return action in there.
I don't even remember it.
Yeah, I think it was after their first. No, it was after the second touchdown. He returned it. He got rocked.
Oh, that was him then?
Yeah,
okay.
He got rocked, bro.
Okay.
Yeah, whoever was trying to block for him did not do a good job. Yeah, he got smacked, bro. Yeah, but it was cool to see him out there. I'm like, yo, the more you can do. But that was my concern, though. I don't feel like he ran as fast as a returner as when I watched him on his college tape pulling that ball down in the middle of a play and running. And there are two different styles of running with the defense knowing that you're here and we're accounting for you and we're all hunting you versus, yo, y'all don't see me. I can make a play. I can outrun this guy. Now let me go. If you're going to do it, you got to go. That was my only hesitancy with it. Even him getting hit, I'm like, I see your guy didn't block, but you're not running as fast as you can run. And that's the one thing that we specifically talk about on kickoff. I was like, bro, when you go, like, it's not punt where you can be all this reverse and fill and stop and start. It's like, nah, bro, like, you got to go. So that's the one thing I do want to see from him if he is out there this week, returning him again. I don't know if he'll get the opportunity. We know at some point, man, we're going to start seeing other people back there. You know what I mean? But that was my only takeaway from him, man.
AJ Martinez got a final chat in here. Says, I got 2 words for Coach T. Run the ball. And it's not a word, LOL. 22 carries, 25 times a game. We win 9 out of 10 times, saving our superstar defense.
Yeah, so if Najee's carrying it 25 times a game, we're winning 9 out of 10 times. I get exactly what he's saying. Run the ball, play defense, man. Minimize your exposure for turnovers and negativity. Bully ball. I mean, that's been our motto the past couple of years. We just think that we can be a little bit better.
I think we'll be more effective. Yeah, right. We should be.
Mm-hmm. Like, bare minimum is what you're saying, AJ. Bare minimum, we should do that. But I think me and Deke are both in agreement with that. That
this is gonna be a running team.
Definitely run first, but we can definitely do.
Arthur Smith ran the ball at like a top 5 clip with the Falcons. I think 2 of these last 3 years.
Yeah,
and that's with them having at the time one of those seasons was with Cordell Patterson, a receiver at running back.
Mm-hmm.
But we have Jalen Warren and Najee Harris here, and Cordell Patterson as the third guy. So we're gonna run the ball.
It is still crazy seeing Cordell Patterson when he's like in the backfield, bro, because he looks insanely like big for the position. Like, he's watching this, he's like, yo, why? Like, you don't look like you should ever have been in the backfield, let alone be having success in the backfield. But it's been working for him, man. Shout out to Cordell Patterson, man. I like it, man. I like it. Anything else that we pop up? I'm gonna ask you a selfish one just because it keep popping up on TV and I like pass rushers and it's one of my former teammates. But Hassan Reddick is already requesting a trade from the Jets.
That's pretty funny.
Shit, bro. Like, what's going on with that scenario, man? How you think that plays out, bro?
They said they're not going to trade him.
Yeah, he literally just signed there this offseason, though.
Well, he got traded there.
He got traded this offseason.
He didn't want to get traded there.
He got traded there this offseason. Excuse me.
He wants a new deal.
Yes.
So, from what I heard, is they both want to get the deal done, but he's not going to the Jets facility until the deal's done, and the Jets don't want to do anything until he shows up.
Yeah.
Catch-22.
Mm-hmm. And he officially requested a trade today.
I think they should trade him. Like, this isn't doing them any good.
It seemed like it started off on the wrong foot and it's just going further down.
Yeah, like he seems very set on not. I think he has a little bit more leverage in not showing up than a Brandon Aiyuk with the 49ers.
Yes, I would agree. And
he's more proven too. Has Reddick already got paid?
Yeah, he's been paid once, but he's done double-digit sacks multiple times now too. Like, he's kind of shown like, all right.
Yeah, it almost sounds like he'd be good retiring.
Low key.
as opposed to going to the Jets.
I think if he would have won that Super Bowl in Philly, he would have. But they lost, so I think you still got some. You're still chasing that a little bit.
Yeah, very weird. I think. What do I think happens? Man,
could you see the Jets trading him though?
I just don't know why they have to see him at the facility to get this deal done. Why can't they just talk over the phone or maybe even go to him, meet at a neutral spot? Like, it's crazy.
I don't think I've seen one where it's like you just got traded there and you already requested the trade like 2 months later, bro. It's like, dang, man. Mm.
Yeah, I guess the reason for the trade is he wanted a new deal, and that's why the Eagles traded him. But the new deal has not been agreed upon with the Jets.
Do we know what he's?
At least
know what he's looking for.
At least with this Aiyuk deal, whatever team's trading from you got the deal in place. Yeah. This is really weird.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't even know what number he's trying to get either. Like, you talking T.J. Watt money, Myles Garrett money?
Yeah, what's his market?
Right.
What team's trying to trade for him right now at this point in the offseason?
Yeah. Because you're past the Highsmith deal, I think. Like, his last deal, I think, was kind of that range. So it's like, where are you trying to get to, man?
If I had to bet, I think they work things out.
Fair enough. Yeah, I don't know, bro. I don't know.
Because I don't know who the trade partner is going to be. It feels like a mess.
But he plays a position where you don't need a ton of, does this make sense? Because it's like it's a pass rusher.
Yeah.
He's really good at it.
It also seems like the Jets would be fine just not trading him and be like, they're playing hardball and saying, like, all right, you could go ahead, sit out the whole year.
And look, they already, Sudo be doing that with Rodgers a little bit this offseason. So, maybe that's their energy. Nobody's bigger than the team. No. But
AJ has 2 more supers.
All right, let's get those and then we get about it.
It's actually a train station parking lot.
Oh, okay.
It says, not Yellowstone train station. Long live the 7.
Respect. Okay. Shout out to the clarification. So it's a parking lot. I thought it was like actual, like, at the train station, you know what I mean? Like in the movies, Carlito's Way or something like that. It's like, yo, you about to like get after this thing, like
his bike.
Yeah, I'm saying, I'm like,
is that what it is?
Whoa, I'm like, yo, it might sound dope.
Driving the bike on the tracks,
or next to it, and like,
okay.
like zip, you know what I mean? Like, cause you got some place where it's like the road will run parallel to like the track, or you got like a mile, quarter mile, wherever it's at, and it's like, yo, we're gonna hit it. Not saying that I know or have done, but we're just hypotheticals. So. Just curious.
Tons of fun saying. Statement from the Jets GM is that he will not be traded and he will be fined if he sits out.
Oh, so they playing for real then. This could get interesting. They start finding him. I promise you, this is gonna get real weird, real quick. Oh, that'd be weird. Oh,
that's just gonna piss him off.
They find Rodgers though, if you think about it, unexcused. But yeah, that's gonna get interesting. All right, fair enough. Yeah, I don't see a scenario where he comes here though. I don't see that happening. We don't need it, but interesting to follow it though, man. All right. Well, I think that's everything. Cleaned up supers. I remember now. No show Wednesday. All right. I think we already talked about that, but yeah,
it's my birthday again.
Every day is Deke's birthday. All right. No, this is on me. All right. Yeah, it's that time of year. Every once in a while they make me feel like I'm kind of important, and I get to do like celebrity stuff. So I got like some celebrity stuff I gotta do on Wednesday. So I'm gonna just lie to myself out like I'm really cool. But unfortunately, I won't be able to be here. But Thursday we back in the saddle because we gotta preview this game coming up now. All right?
Rivalry game preview.
It's not a rivalry game. This is just 2 really cool teams playing against each other. Okay, trying to get better. That's it. One day at a time. But that's what we'll react to. All right. So you already know the drill, man. Hit that like button one final time if you have not done so. And don't forget to subscribe. You are new to the channel. But whatever you do, stay safe out there. And until next time, baby.
Peace.